Do you like basketball? Basketball, no. Mm-hmm. I like, but I'm not good at. Yes, I'm not.
Me too.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the State of the League podcast, the only NBA podcast to talk about every NBA team every week if you're subscribed to the Patreon. I'm your host, Jack, aka joestar. With me, as always, the world-famous Pablo Escobar. I don't have a joke today. No jokes to kick it off. Just normal chopping it up type shit. Pablo, how you doing today?
My brain has too many tabs open.
How many mugs do you have?
I have too many mugs because when I first got my apartment, I bought like 20 at Home Goods.
Yeah. Well, it's one thing. I have a lot of coffee mugs, but they're all like cool and cute. Like I like the way they look.
This one is pretty cool.
Well, I just wouldn't be able to
It's
drink the
relatable.
coffee. I wouldn't be able to drink the coffee because I'd be laughing. So I'd like lift it up to take a drink, and I'd be like, "Oh, that classic moment when you're like, don't talk to me until I've had my coffie."
I'm just more in control than you are.
Yeah,
Just more of an adult.
You're locked in like that.
Yeah.
What the fuck is good today? What should we start with? Oh, okay. I copied and pasted the Golden Lobbyist request this week.
Oh, okay. We got a new thing going on.
Sonic Sanguine said, Jack, a.k.a. Joestar, is Severance a cliffhanger merchant? Has there been sufficient plot progression over 2 seasons? I think so. But I only copied and pasted this to get us into the conversation about prestige television because you know what I'm watching with my girlfriend for the first time ever?
The Wire?
True Detective Season 1.
Oh, consider your life changed.
Well, I mean, I've seen it before.
Oh.
But it's her first watch through, and so it's her life is definitely changing for sure. She's from Louisiana originally, so like, they did a lot of cultural research for it, I guess. Every time they say a person was from some place doing something, she's like, that is what they'd be doing there. Oh my god. So yeah, I think we got 2 episodes left. So yeah, Carcosa, the Yellow King, shit's getting pretty crazy.
That show's so good. I love that when they go to like the coroner's office, it's just in one store in an abandoned strip mall in like the middle of nowhere. I was like, oh god, that's so cool.
This is so sick.
There's a new one? Did you ever watch the latest one, Night Country?
I never seen any of the other ones. No.
Season 2, do not watch. Season 3, do watch. Mahershala Ali popped off. Not as good as Season 1, but
then
still
he disappeared.
Really
good. Yeah, it's crazy. He doesn't work anymore. Well, like he's been tied up in the Blade production for like 7 years, and it's just kept getting fucking delayed. So one of the our greatest working actors has just been completely out of commission for the better part of a decade because Marvel was like, no, it's cool. We almost got the director for this thing, so don't pick up any other projects.
Timothy Chalamet is like, yes, no, one less competitor.
Hell yeah. Well,
but the latest True Detective, Night Country, it was really fun for the first episode and a half, and then it got pretty bad. And I think they're making more of it. But
okay,
yeah, it's crazy.
Why is it what makes it Night Country as opposed to just normal True Detective?
Well, they are in an Alaskan town, near. It's all snowy and dark all the time and scary, and they're mysterious things happen up in Night Country, and then you kind of have the thing going. It's the same as Season 1, a much worse attempt at being ooh, are we in real life here, or is there something going on?
Yeah, Season 1, so good that the way people talked about the rest of the TV, I was like, I'm just not even gonna ruin it. It's its own self-contained story. We get 8 dope-ass hours of television, and then I don't need to know what Colin Farrell's getting up to. I don't need to know.
See, when I watched Season 1, everyone said don't watch season 2. It's not even close. I was like, well, they're just comparing it to season 1. It's probably good on its own. No, it was not.
Have you ever seen Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah, I love Game of Thrones.
It's kind of like that, where it's like, I watched through all of it. Like the last season was airing, and I was like, damn, this big cultural moment's going on. I want to be at least caught up for when the last couple episodes air. And so as someone who just tore through the entire series in like 4 weeks, yeah, the last 2 seasons are, people would always say it's kind of fallen off a little bit compared to what it once was. And I was always like, it can't all be absolute apex TV or whatever. You're probably just comparing it to the best standard. And then I would like hit the last season and I was just like, oh no, this is terrible. This is really bad.
I did the same thing. I caught up right before the last season. I just binged it all so I could listen to, because Bill and Rusilla, that's when they first started the Sunday night podcasts, and they would also talk about Game of Thrones. And that's when Mallory, Rubin, and Jason had the Game of Thrones show at the Ringer. It was so good. Oh, what a time.
Oh, that reminds me. This reminded me of you because Mallory, Rubin, and whoever else does not the rewatchables, the Big Picture pod. They just
Sean Fennessy?
Yeah. They just did a Mickey 17 episode where the back half of the episode is them ranking every Bong Joon-ho movie, and they got to ranking Memories of Murder, which I've still never seen. And so they were like, I was across the room, like doing dishes or something, as they were like, okay, so at the end of Memories of Murder, spoiler alert if you've never seen it, and I just sprinted across the room, and I was like, no, it can't go down like this. I don't want to know what happens before I watch this fucking movie, because I know it's great. I've never sat down and seen it.
I had a moment like that the other day on TikTok where like a TikTok came up and it was like a joke kind of, but I could tell that it was a spoiler for a show that I had not seen, and so I scrolled instantly and I'm like, I'll watch in a year now. I was planning on watching it soon. I'll watch in a year because hopefully I won't remember this information.
Have you ever seen Better Call Saul?
Yes, but I think not the last 2 or 3 seasons.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to rewatch entirely probably when I do watch it.
I would say
I felt that it was Breaking Bad level though when I was watching.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like when you watch it all the way through, it's so good. But one of the most shocking deaths in the entire show, I just caught like I clicked on a video that was very much, it was like Season 1 breakdown of Better Call Saul, things you might have missed, blah blah blah. I was like, oh, this seems fun. And like the first 15 seconds of that video were just the clip from like season 4 when this dude gets fucking popped in the head. So like I click on the video, instantly one of the biggest spoilers for the show just punches me in the face, and it's like, okay, well, it's still hit pretty hard, but like knowing it was coming, if I hadn't known, it would have been shocking.
Yeah, there's some stuff like that. Like I feel like most people can't watch Hunter x Hunter without knowing some of the big moments anymore. But when I watched it, I didn't know anything that was coming. So you've seen it all, right?
Yeah, all the anime stuff, yeah.
Like the kite stuff, I was like completely unprepared. I was like, oh my god, no.
I know, yeah, like that. Oh damn, bro. I've been thinking about Kite's Nen ability a lot. I'm always like, that's such a cool, like the chance aspect of it. That's so cool.
I got heat the other day in a group chat for saying he was my favorite character in all of Hunter x Hunter, and for saying it's because he's so cool and his power's so cool. They're like, his power's not that cool.
That's such a you opinion. Because in the, I assume have you read it?
I did, but not the latest stuff. And so,
but did you read the whole thing up until like have you read all of the stuff that the show is based on?
Oh no. Okay. And I know that there's more stuff with him, even more stuff in the manga with him.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Based
off the anime, that was enough for me.
I don't like that's a bit of a spicy take for me. Like at the same time though, I get it where I love Morel, the smoker guy. Like he's sick, and there's probably like even less character development for Morel in the story than there is for Kite. But yeah, like I don't know, his like, it's just such a you opinion to be like, I love solo leveling, and then I love Kite. It's just aura farmers back to back.
Well, Kite's a little different. Won't spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen yet. The biggest opinion I got heat for is I didn't have Gon in my top 10, which I don't even think is crazy.
Oh shit! Not in your top 10?
I don't like him that much.
What the? Do you have the list in front of you? Could I hear this?
I could pull it up.
And this is so like I'll cut you some slack, and I don't have my own list, so it's very easy to like, sit from up on my ivory tower and be like, this opinion's wrong or that opinion's wrong. But Gon would, that's pretty crazy. I mean, I get that it's like a little played out at this point. The whole, he loses his humanity as Meruem gains it or whatever. But like,
I'll tell you my issues with him. Number one, I don't like the character design. I don't like the outfit. I don't like the hair.
That's insane. That's one of the most
you think he's cool?
Yes. What do you mean? Are you joking? The whole green fit with the big ass boots and with the fishing pole at the beginning. Oh my god, that's crazy.
I'm not rocking
dude.
with it. I'm not rocking with it.
Number 2. That's an L. That's off the bat. That is a really, really difficult pull for me.
Number 2, I don't think his power is that cool. I don't like the rock paper scissors. I don't like how stationary it is.
I think that's fair. That's fair. It's in the world, dog shit power. Really not that entertaining. But his archetype in the world, also not the kind that really gets a power. Like the whole thing about enforcers is or enhancers. My fault is that like. They just fight, they don't need crazy slots or lightning or Godspeed or whatever. They just like make themselves very strong. And so I don't know. It's not like great, but I don't hate the writing of it. For me, it's very in line with like his whole character where he's like, very childlike and simple. And I think if the story comes back to him later on in the manga, like if is it Horikoshi? Is that who writes that?
Togashi.
If Togashi's back holds up, obviously the story will eventually circle back to Gon. And I think that when Gon gets his Nen back, he'll probably get like a much more like sustainable end game type power.
Yeah, something more dynamic.
But that's a fine opinion. The judge on Ken, to me it's pretty iconic, but like it's not that entertaining in practice.
Yeah, if you told me just the idea, like a power based around rock paper scissors, I'd be excited. But the fact that he's essentially just like a pitcher, like you don't know, based off you don't know what's coming out my hand out of my delivery.
Yeah, but it's also like having to charge it up. It's just the biggest handicap in the entire story. It's like this is when he lands it. Oh my god, it's crazy, but. It's impossible to do.
Which that is and I will acknowledge that is a normal part of the superpower process where it's like he gets beat down by somebody and then he's like, okay, I got to figure out how to do this a little faster or on the move. But also like his general personality, like I'm not super attracted to. And I rewatched it a couple months ago. I think like. There's a lot of signs early on that he's kind of like unhinged. That he's like a crazy
it doesn't
guy.
come out of nowhere. Yeah, no.
Yeah, number one, I don't really buy into the idea of like super nice kid, just like wants the best for his friends and everything like that. I'm kind of seeing the like, okay, there's some warning signs
every
here.
time I know what you're talking about. Like I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I've read the fucking Reddit threads where it's like, this is how we arrived there, whatever.
Like just the fact of him in the Hunter exam when he's like, I will rather die than give up right now, and like you could read that as like, oh my god, he's so determined, he's like that. But I'm like, I don't know about this guy.
It's a human aspect. To me, Like, it's very much, especially everything we know about his father and everything now. Like, it's, I don't know, it's just more in line with everything. The way I always interpreted his personality was like, if you are his friend, you're in, you know, we're cool.
Yeah.
But you could literally get, like, shot in front of him otherwise. And, like, even from the beginning of the story, he's not going to care.
All right, and so here's my list. And so this is just the guys I think are the coolest.
Okay.
Kite, Killua, Netero, Meruem, Knuckle, Zushi, Icalgo, Wing, Moral, and Jing.
Could I get number, what was that, number 6 there again?
Zushi is who everyone thinks Gon is.
You are such a fucking loser, dude. Oh
no,
my god,
Zushi
I can't believe
is cooler. Zushi is cooler. He doesn't have the same natural talent, and he's actually
his powers
trying.
Suck. I'll tell you that.
Well, he doesn't have anything yet.
Yeah, exactly.
But
how is that such
like
a heavy weight for fucking Gon? But for Zushi, it's just like, it's whatever.
It's worse to have no powers yet than come up with a power.
That's ass.
And it be a little lame.
I'm on the
you're
side
married
of whoever
to
was
that.
being mean to you about this list. That's really indefensible.
I like him better than Gon.
That's a bad take. That's a bad take, dude. So what was the rest?
The Goners, I guess, are out here and mad. Guys, comment down below in support of me.
I'll go to fucking war for Gon before I go for fucking Zushi, dude. Are you serious?
You're gonna be sorry when he comes back around. You're gonna be.
I bet he will get a fucking boost or whatever. But it's just like that's a ridiculous thing to say. It's too far. It's too woke. You're taking per 36 stats and you're putting them up against like an all-NBA
we gotta like
guy
every
right
main
now.
character.
You don't have to. I'm just saying that is a bad take.
What's wrong with Zushi?
He's fucking lame. He doesn't do anything.
Oh my god. You hate perseverance and hard work.
Oh, I absolutely do not. And it's like it's fine for him to be on your list, but for him to be on your list, it's like if someone's listing out like all-time NBA top 10 and they're like, okay, MJ, Tim Duncan at 2, and you're like, what? Okay, it's fine to not like LeBron, but to like throw out some of these names ahead of him, it's pretty crazy.
Well, NBA is results based. This is vibes based.
That's terrible, dude. It's. I mean, yeah. That's. Can I hear? Okay, so give it to me one more time. Now that I know Zushi is coming, I want to hear the rest of it.
So at 7, Icalgo, the octopus.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair. That he should be higher. He's so cool. He's one of the coolest guys in this series.
To me, his powers are a little gross, and one of his best.
He's an octopus.
One of his best fights with the wolf guy who shoots like rocket worms or whatever. That's a pretty gross fight. Also, I don't like how the worms are like his whole thing. It's a good arc and everything to be like, I'm willing to suffer to protect these people that I've become friends with, but the actual practice of it being like of the worms getting deeper into his brain, I really don't like.
Wing, the teacher.
I respect that more than Zushi.
Moral and Jing.
Moral should be higher, first of all. If we're going vibe space, just come on, dude. That's insane to have him. Yeah. The Zushi.
See, that's fair. I'd be willing to move him ahead of Zushi before I put Gon ahead of Zushi.
I'm just saying they should both be here.
If I make a top 10 list, I gotta have Sasuke for Naruto. Screw it.
I don't know. I've never seen Naruto front to back, so I've really only seen through like the Chunin exams, I think. So I mean, Sasuke was pretty cool, but like, yeah.
You should watch it. Peak Naruto is like.
No, I mean I've seen
good.
some of the fights, and it's like sick. And then obviously I know some of the more, the writing's pretty good. It's just like, I gotta finish One Piece, man. I got shit going on, you know?
What about my family? My friends? My village?
I always watch on TikTok, I always get the Morel versus the Cheetu fight. Where Cheetu has like the domain expansion where it's like a ticking clock, and Morel has to like tag him or whatever. That's such a good fight, dude.
Yeah, there's no downside to not tagging him.
What an idiot. Also, honorable mention for my list. I don't know where he would be. Lael, the tiger guy who gets like the surfboard MP3 player. I like him. He was cool.
Good design, but like, why did we get him using one power?
As opposed to what? Like
I feel like we should have got more from him. Like he was like racking up all these favors, and then what did he use? He used like the water one, and that was it, right?
I think to me, like most of the ant characters were illustrations of like very simplistic. Like someone just learned about Nen 20 minutes ago and did the first thing that came to mind or whatever, and they're really even though you know about like how it functions. Actually using it as like battle implementation, it's all about experience. That's why Nen is, I mean, we've talked about this at length. That's why Nen is such a good power system, is because unless it's like a Meruem Zushi skill gap or something, a lot of times it'll just come down to how smart and how you actually put the powers into practice.
What do you? I'm guessing you have.
I'm surprised the chess bitch isn't on there. If you're going all this like woke directions with Zushi and everything.
Oh, Komugi. The little girl.
Yeah, if you want to talk about perseverance and shit, I mean, come on.
She was okay. She was cool. But what's it called? Zushi's cool. He's.
I'm surprised. How you feel about Kurapika? Was he not in your top 10 either?
So here's the thing. I don't like his character design either that much, like the way he looks. And also, I really it bothers me that
no Phantom Troop members in your top 10? I'm thinking through your shit now. This is kind of bad.
Well, I mean, there's some I think are cool, but like Croyo, like I don't necessarily like him.
I think it's
like,
okay. I'm not trying.
I think he's cool, but
I've always heard it pronounced Crollo. Did you just say Croyo?
I think so, but yeah, I don't know.
I'm not going to dig my heels in there. I just after the I don't want us to get in trouble for one of us sounding stupid.
One guy I left out that could be in for sure is Killua's grandpa, the dragon guy.
Fuck. It's not Zoldyck. But I can't remember his name. His first name.
Zen, maybe? Zen
yeah,
Zoldyck?
I think that's it.
But the Phantom Troop, number one, top to bottom, not that swaggy. Not as cool as the Akatsuki. Like,
Definitely
the Akatsuki, almost all of them were cool and intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the Phantom Troop, they like look whimsical. And like even like the tough buff guy, like I like him and I like his power, but not for that serious of a position, you know. And people throw a lot of fraud allegations their way. I don't think they're complete frauds, but like it's hard to see like how are they going to keep up for the rest of the story. Like how is the guy who his punch gets stronger when he winds it up more? Like I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Crollo's cool. And no Hisoka in my top 10. My friends had Hisoka. I don't like Hisoka. I think he's kind of nasty. Like you could say he's like a good villain, but I don't like him.
I don't know. To me, if we're going purely vibes, just because his vibes are bad, doesn't like. It's a lot different to have evil vibes and to have vibes that shouldn't be on the list are different to me. I think Hisoka would probably make it for me. I'm impartial to Shizuku. I really like Shizuku in the Phantom Troop.
They had her too, but for horny reasons.
I don't think she would make my list. But like
they had a lot of picks for horny reasons.
That's great. It's not a horny show. Like but like Shizuku. sick. Her fight against like the big spider guy, like, I like it when a weak character is smart and wins a fight. You know?
Yeah. Wait, who were we talking about before her?
Shizuku, Chrollo, Hisoka?
Yeah. I feel like the trope of like the guy who always is seeking out stronger opponents or whatever, like just like I want to fight the strongest guy ever, seems a little too selective for Hisoka. Like, he wants Gon to grow up and develop, and he wants to fight him, and he wants to fight Chrollo. But, like, when he is in front of Netero, he like, doesn't pursue it. And like, where was... I guess he would... The explanation they give for why he didn't fight any ants is he was looking for Chrollo. But it's still... I'm like, I don't know. If you were really about it... And
maybe his judgment was bad with Netero. Like,
Because he also like recognized Razor as being really strong too, right? And he's like,
yeah, I don't know. I don't have an explanation for that. To me, it wouldn't keep him off my list. Razor's so cool, dude. Oh my god. All right, we 26 minutes. We gotta keep it pushing, dude.
Oh crap.
Yeah, this cost us the entire jazz segment. Everybody.
Oh
Sorry
no,
about that.
no, it didn't. No, it didn't. Because you know what he did against the Celtics.
I don't know, and I don't give a shit. Okay, intro. What are we at? 26. The Oklahoma City Thunder 3-1 over their last 4. They beat the Celtics and the Nuggets and the Blazers, and then they lost to the Nuggets. They split the Nuggets games. Shea won probably the more important one, you know, the big 1 p.m. national TV game. I feel like more people probably watched it. And then the win over Boston, super good. Even though we did a full GRIZZ session yesterday with Cone, everybody go check that out. I don't even think we talked about the Boston game that much.
Yeah.
Really, like, really impressive win for a team that is missing. Like, if they face off, I don't expect Porzingis to be there. I do expect Jalen Williams to be there. That's kind of how I've treated this season.
That game, like... Thank God it was on ESPN, because if Shaq and Charles and Kenny were forced to watch that, they would have killed themselves. Because there was a point, like, right before the half where I think 30 of the Celtics' 38 field goal attempts were three-pointers, and this was like the most three-point heavy game ever.
They took two two-pointers in the first quarter, the Celtics did.
That's nuts. 63 of their 94 shots were threes. And they made 20 of them at 32%. And it was funny, at the halftime show, Kendrick Perkins was like, he was complaining. He's like, I don't know how you beat this. There's teams don't have the personnel to beat this. And Windhorse is like, guys, OKC's winning. he's reminding them. But yeah, it was crazy performance. Like, despite the massive shooting disparity, they made 23s. OKC made 13. But they made up for it by outscoring Boston in the paint by 8. They got to the free throw line. They got there 20 more times and made 15 more.
How is that fair? It's literally cheating. The refs just like them more.
That's the Adam Silver called it, and they've both forced the same amount of turnovers, but OKC capitalized off them more. Yeah. I think they had like 16 points off turnovers versus Boston had 8, and then they also got Jaylen Brown to foul out, so that was pretty epic.
Yeah, I would say that's the things that jumped out to me. The shooting is one thing, but specifically the just complete abandonment of the paint late in the game, which, like, I want to go rewatch the fourth quarter here, because Chet was definitely doing a great job protecting the rim, but there were several instances where the Celtics were like 2 feet in the paint, 5 feet from the basket. They're not even looking to shoot the fucking ball, immediately kicking out, and I felt like that really came back to bite them. And then it's a pretty rough matchup for Jaylen Brown. I don't really know what a series would look like, especially if he had like a down 3-point shooting series. It's just really like they have a lot of defenders, so it's like, hey, you know, Tatum, maybe he'll get whatever he gets, he can cook, but like Jaylen Brown, you're gonna have your hands full going at whoever.
I was thinking, like, when that happened, I was like, 6 fouls really isn't that much. Are we not tapping into that enough? Like, trying to, like, an offense geared entirely around trying to foul out, like, a single guy and then attacking?
Especially with bigs, it's crazy. Where, like I feel like the Grizzlies are such a good vacuum example of this, where all the time Jaren Jackson Jr. gets into foul trouble and they immediately become a way worse team until he's allowed to check back in like halfway through the fourth quarter or whatever. I do not know why more teams aren't just like, I'm fine spamming a few dog shit possessions if we're trying to just rack up fouls on a guy.
Over the course of an entire game, like, targeting the worst players makes sense, but early in the game, like, if you target good defense, like, if you have good players, obviously, like, if, like, the Bulls shouldn't be like, Josh Giddey, pull Jaren Jackson up into the screen, and then we're gonna go at. No, it's just gonna result in.
I like that they have 30. To talk to him in an Australian accent.
This is the NBL commentators. But like, if you have like Shea, and maybe it's too tiring on Shea, but I feel like offense is less tiring than attack in the rim is tiring. I don't know, but still, like, attack. There was a game. Did they play the Pacers? Do you remember De'Aaron Fox's Spurs debut?
I don't remember it entirely, but I mean, what's your point with it?
There was like they did something. They were like going at Wemby early. They were like pulling him into everything, which seems counterintuitive because Wemby's the GOAT defender.
Yes,
but tires him out. Potential to get in foul trouble. The more fouls you rack up on him, the more it impacts the way, like, you're like handicapping him on the defensive end.
Yeah,
and that wear and tear like adds up on the offensive end as well. So like, really, it seems a little OP.
Like, even if it doesn't really impact, like, say Wemby comes back and like he's playing defense the exact same way, and like that handicap doesn't come in that regard. Even just the idea of like, hey, 3 quick fouls and you get like the last 7 minutes of the second quarter is like Wemby free basketball or whatever the best defense on the best defender on the floor is. That's like a great stretch where you can run into halftime with like serious momentum. And I don't know, I like, we're fucking morons. I'm sure they've sat around discussing this in coaching rooms or whatever. But
no, I'm ahead of my time often. I came up with the D'Antoni offense before he did. The except it was I've talked about this before.
You weren't even born. What the hell?
Mine was not 7 seconds or less, but the Harden offense. I was doing it with Tony Roten, and it was more post up based.
Nice. The fastest kind of possession.
Yeah, it was pretty epic. I called the Pacers. They did again the other night. The football formation, like lining up wide receivers. I still think you could push that further back. I think you could do that like for every half court possession. I want to see teams stretch that to the limit because I think just movement causes disruption.
Yeah. Like I don't know. The amount of teams who have 5 guys on the floor that are going to understand exactly where they need to be in that chaotic of a possession, it's like a third of the league. Like, if you spam that against a lot of teams, they're not going to know what's going on.
Yeah, and exactly. And another thing I came up with on my own was in 2K I was controlling the center and putting my matchup as the guy who can't shoot, and I was just parking myself in the paint.
Have you ever seen you'd never seen Mad Men, right?
No.
There's a moment, there's a character, Pete Campbell. He's like a Nepo baby kind of guy. Honestly, pretty good character over the course of the show. But like in the beginning, he's like a Nepo baby who they have to hire because his family is like super duper rich and influential in New York. And in his job interview, or like really early at the company, he's like, yeah, I came up with the idea for candygrams or whatever, like some very 1960s invention. And he goes, it already existed, but I arrived at it independently. And so that's the kind of shit you're on.
Everyone has a moment like that, and it should be, they should all be applauded.
You should get credit.
But also, I was doing that in 2K before everyone was spamming it in the NBA. I don't know if anyone. I think they were still in caveman mode, and I was doing it with DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton was essentially rookie year DeAndre Ayton before they knew he was a bad defender. He was just the most physically gifted big of all time, and so I was swatting shots. My god, it was crazy. But yeah, as far as like foul trouble, yeah, I don't know. It seems OP. Guys, tap into this more. Tap into this.
Yeah. So Chet against the Celtics, 23 points, 15 rebounds, 63% true shooting. He was a team high plus 13 in a 6-point win. Yeah, I don't know. Jalen Williams probably going to miss some time. Honestly, this game felt pretty repeatable.
What is he out with?
Hip injury.
Oh, yeah. We did talk about that.
No timetable, but...
Oh, so he could be back tomorrow.
Yeah, he could be back tomorrow. I don't know. The vibes are not very, like, doom and gloom around it. It's just kind of like, yeah, it's almost the playoffs. He's hurt. We have a 12-game lead. Yeah.
It's crazy, by the way. Anthony Davis, I was looking last night. He's still not announced to be out for the year.
That's so stupid. I mean, I just get so fucking angry when I think about all of that, where it's like, I have no stake in it, and even me, I'm just like, God damn it, can you guys
I've got no chicken either.
Hey, shut up. That was stupid. That wasn't fun.
No, I'm not
guys,
a steak guy.
Boo this guy.
Don't boo me.
No, but Chet, yeah, I mean, they won the non-Shea minutes against the Celtics because Chet played so well. Like, I don't know. That's... If they're getting this guy, like if they're just getting like a 20 and 10 guy on top of everything else, I don't know. I just, like, I wouldn't put money on it, but I do feel like there's the potential for us to look back after the finals and be like, yeah, this was like a pretty straightforward OKC was going to win the whole time kind of thing.
To me, I've been on, I think it's been a collision course for OKC and Boston in the finals. It really will depend on OKC shooting. Like, if they all just hit 3-pointers all playoffs long, then it will be, oh, duh.
Yeah,
this
obviously.
This is the greatest team. Oh, they had the one. Do they have the highest or one of the highest net ratings ever? Oh, what a surprise.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But if they do go cold, then people will be like, told you they were young. Told you. Yep. And inexperienced. He's not built for the big game.
Only thing I wrote down besides that, and we have no lobbyist requests for the Thunder. We pretty much read them all yesterday. Shea reached 10,000 points faster than Kevin Durant did. Shea did it in 368 games to Kevin Durant's 381.
Well, Kevin Durant came in the Dust Bowl era.
I mean, it's so crazy. Kevin Durant's fucking he's 0.2 points per game away from 5 straight scoring titles, and like he's still.
Yeah, but it was Dust Bowl era in when he first came in. It was the Dust Bowl era, so they weren't really putting up big points.
What was Shea's rookie? Let me look at his like year by year scoring.
He was on that good Clippers team.
Yeah, so like he didn't get to chuck like rookie Kevin Durant.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, 20-year-old Shea was 11 points per game. What was Kevin Durant? What was Kevin Durant's rookie season? Or what was?
Oh, definitely 20.
I mean, at least, yeah. Like 19-year-old KD was 20 points per game. 20-year-old KD. How many
threes was he taking?
Only 2.6 his rookie season.
Oh God!
But he only shot.
Let's go back in time and witch trial that coach.
His rookie season, he only shot 29% from 3. And so, but in his sophomore year,
they were probably like, "Don't practice that. That's a bad shot."
Yeah, he's doing like off the dribble, everything he dominates with now. And the coach comes in, hey. Practice shots you're going to take in a game, okay? Get on the fucking
Are
elbow,
you gay,
dude.
boy? Get that fancy stuff out of my practice court. Get where's the rice? Put on whipped meat.
I love the deeply conservative Southern basketball coach in Seattle, Washington in 2008.
This is before they put technology and gayness into Seattle. This is when Seattle it was just like a nasty swamp
bastion for a long time. I remember that.
It was like what's it called? There used to be this story that they would tell on Rooster Teeth about this reality show where there was a competition who has the worst job in America.
Oh.
And it was a show, and the prize of the show was a trip to Seattle, and it was a joke because like at the time Seattle was like the worst city. Like it was just like a loser, sucky place to be.
Nice.
At least that's what they considered. They were like, oh, what do you go to Seattle for? The gum wall. So
and I mean,
but,
shit. Now you go to Seattle, you get Amazon chip shot directly into your brain the second you enter the city limits.
Oh, and you're nervous the whole time because there's gonna be the big one. It's coming.
The big one. Yeah. Okay, you want to do Grizzlies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Timestamp that.
I'm timestamping that, huh? All right, the Grizzlies. Look at them, the fucking 2 seed, 4-0 over their last 4. They beat the Jazz, the Suns, the Pelicans, the Mavericks. Ja Morant heating up a little bit against the Suns. He had 29 points and 12 assists on 83% true shooting. He shot 100% from 2 and 100% from the free throw line. 8 of 8 from 2, 10 of 10 at the line. Over the last 4 games, Ja Morant's averaging 30 points, 8 assists on 61% true shooting. So he's really rounding into form at a good time.
They're really beating up on bottom feeders here.
It counts.
but that's
counts.
what you're supposed to do.
It's real, okay?
Yeah, I am a little concerned because he still has not had a good 3-point shooting month.
Yeah.
And you know, his regular season 3-point shooting numbers are worse than I remembered. But his last playoff run, he shot like over 40%. But what is his?
Would you consider that real if Josh Giddey did it?
Well, Josh Giddey doesn't have swag and charisma.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair.
And he's not a big game performer like Ja Morant.
Ja, he loves the bright lights.
But also, So what knocked him out last year? It was a shoulder injury or
last year I don't
elbow?
remember. I know the shoulder is what's fucked with him this year, but last year I don't know.
It might have been the shoulder the whole time. So, guy who was already not a great shooter having shoulder issues, not a great recipe. And so I do have to wonder, like, if the 3-point shooting just isn't there in the playoffs, can he be that good attacking the rim to make up for it? I still don't know.
Probably not.
But yeah, Jaren has missed 5 games now with the ankle. But he's questionable.
Yeah, good news. They're questioning him tonight. So
yeah,
get ready for the interrogation video to drop.
You bastard! Are you marketing us?
Have you ever seen those YouTube videos where it's like, teen pretends to be crazy after killing his mom? It's like the CCTV of the interrogation room, while a guy he's like a voiceover guy is like, a real schizophrenic person would never touch their face this way. You get one of those clips, but it's 7 foot tall Jaren Jackson sitting in the interrogation room, and they're just like, how's your ankle feeling? And he's like, it's okay, I can't play tonight, but soon.
When pressed on his availability, he squirms in his chair. Cam Spencer, we got an epic Cam Spencer moment.
Yeah.
Spicy white boy. He dropped 16 on Phoenix, and he got a tech for arguing with Kevin Durant. I don't know how this was a double technical situation. He hit a shot over KD, trash talked him. KD tripped him like on purpose. He like stuck his foot out and tried to trip him, and then he was walking away looking back like talking trash, and then Desmond Bain got in Kevin Durant's face, and they got hit. I don't know where in this equation Cam Spencer gets a technical, but that's just
what they do to white people in the NBA.
Yeah,
you know?
The white people are the minority in the NBA, and they're against us.
The persecuted class.
Yep. I mean, let's free Cam Spencer. And then Ja almost killed Trey Murphy.
Glad he didn't, because I like Trey Murphy, so that would be sad if he did. Here we do have 3 lobbyist requests. Do you have any other thoughts on the Grizzlies before we get to them?
No, Grizzbola's here, so you hear them out when they're here.
Cunt Warlord says...
oh, God. Cunt Warlord of Grizzbola.
Cunt Warlord leader of Grizzbola.
Did they call themselves that?
No, it's just like that would be a funny title for them. Due to Clutch Player of the Year not having the 65 games played requirement. I didn't know that.
Oh,
shit.
Fraudulent award.
How do you guys feel about Ja's candidacy for the award? In my Grizzbula party line informed opinion, I can't think of another player who has had consistent run of clutch shot making like Ja over the last couple of games. I also think the difficulty of the clutch shot should be taken into consideration when deciding the award. Parentheses, helps my agenda. Thanks. Love the pod. You're welcome. Thank you for being thankful. But I'd probably still go Brunson. What about you?
So I this is something I very rarely keep track of. Like, it goes in one ear and comes out the other. I've never, like, clutchness to me is like for 10-year-olds.
If we get a season where it's just someone is beating me over the head with game winners, then I'm like, oh, that's the guy. But otherwise, I never think about it.
Like, I think it's a problem because back in the day, that's what Kobe fans would use. They'd be like, well, he's the best because of the clutchness. Here's 12 clutch shots that he made. And that was
over the course of 8 seasons.
You look up the box score, he's 8 for 42 in the game, but he hit the big one, and that's what counts. So I don't have a good memory bank for that. Like, in my mind, I know Brunson has hit clutch shots. I know definitely Ja's hit clutch shots, and I think I read a stat last week or a couple weeks ago about, like, he's, like, really efficient on clutch shots, like, relative to everybody else. But I don't know if that – I feel like that figure was over the span of a couple seasons, so I don't know. But if he won it, I would definitely support it. But there's no one who really sticks out this year the same way to me that, like, who DeRozan did.
It was De'Aaron Fox is the one I think of.
Oh, was that last year? He did hit a bunch of them.
Well, no, it was the Light the Beam year. The Light the Beam year was that was the first year they did Clutch Player of the Year award, and everyone was like, do we really need this award? And then it's like easily the best, I don't know, to me the most memorable clutch season where, I mean, that's why, like, Kings fans are still holding on to, like, 50 games, we were in 25 clutch games, we went 24-1 in those, and we end up getting 50 wins. That's definitely repeatable, baby.
I remember the Chris Paul OKC teams. They were, like, crazy up in the clutch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when did DeRozan hit, like, back-to-back game winners on, like, New Year's and January 1st?
Oh, man.
I
remember
that the same season as De'Aaron Fox, or was that
I think it might be the same year as Fox. But
did
I
he
don't
win
know.
last year? He's won one of these years.
I think Steph won last year. But, like I said,
yeah,
I do not give a shit about this trophy. Yeah. For what it's worth, Brunson is he's leading the league in points per game in the clutch. 6 points per game on 52, 31, 84 shooting splits.
But it doesn't really count for him because
why?
he plays the entire game, and so he's kind of like, it all blends. It becomes non-linear when you're playing that, like, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't feel the pressure because he doesn't know if he's at the end of one
He's
game or
delirious.
the start of another.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like Memento. Never seen it, but I know it's like that.
Me neither.
I know it's like that.
So
you know it's like that too.
Yeah. Joe Ingles enjoyer. Spanish national team won Glaze Santi Aldama the trolley problem. He's so good.
España.
And 2.
Wait, what did they win?
Huh?
What did they win?
The Spanish national team?
He said the Spanish national team won?
No. Sorry. Okay. It's the Spanish national team, the number 1, parentheses. So this is like a list of a couple things. 1, Glaze Santi Aldama. I looked it up. Santi Aldama has played 1 game in the last 5 games. So I don't know what the fuck. He's good. I like him. But, yeah.
I saw an explanation for the trolley problem.
Okay.
So they say that he causes ethical dilemmas for his opponents.
How?
He gives you ethical dilemmas. I don't know, but that's
okay. Oh wow, what a great nick. Hey, don't question it, guys. Just don't look into justifications of things, and the things that sound cool will just be cool. It's nice. And then the second thing, why did Pau Gasol not save my life at the end of the 3-cone video? I'm going to ask for all my Patreon money back if this is not resolved.
No!
You can't have it back. There's no refunds. I fucking spent that shit already, big dog.
We spent it on something. We spent it on Tab Soda, a whole storage.
Oh, okay.
You know Tab Soda?
It sounds familiar.
It's a discontinued soda.
Oh, so nice. We're cornering the market.
It's collectors. We're gonna sell it all one day.
Okay, all right.
But the real reason, capitalism, market forces are at play, guys.
Yeah.
And we don't actually make any money from the show. We are holding it for God, just like Dave Ramsey.
Yeah.
But we've made zero money off the YouTube so far, because originally our theme song had the Gia Margaret piano song. Oh, what a banger. But it was not monetized, and so we were like, we should probably change this, and it's so good, but we should probably change this so we can make money off YouTube. And then they said, you guys literally are still copywriting because we own this Pau Gasol clip of singing how to save your life. We are Spanish Entertainment, whatever Dynamo firm. We own this clip, so you'll never make money off this. So we have to do that. So we can still do the Outro for the Patreon, but I don't know.
I think we might just have to, we might just move away from it. It sucks because it's incredible. It's truly perfect for our purposes, but at some point, you gotta live in the real world. You gotta grow up.
Does anyone have a tip on how we can do Pau Gasol, how to save a life without getting copyrighted?
Yeah, comment down below. But until then, we're gonna put that little Korean guy up on the fucking outro. What's his name?
I don't know. I don't get videos about the men's groups, and also
you don't even know his name. You just have him dancing.
No, he's just a funny guy. I don't. The men's K-pop groups I like
it's gross. Get a job, guys.
They make none of their songs are good. They are all bootleg rap, bootleg. They all sound so bad. The female groups, they make good songs sometimes. Not Le Sserafim, even though I love Le Sserafim. They never make any good songs, but the rest of them do. Oh, big lawsuit going on with New Jeans right now. You know what they did? They rebranded to NJZ.
New Zealand.
No.
New Zealand.
And now they're doing brand deals. They did a Coke commercial, and they're just branding themselves by their first names instead of NJZ or New Jeans. So it's crazy. But the company's trying to say, we still own you. They're saying, no, we fulfilled our contract. You don't own us. But they're supposed to re-debut this month. So crazy.
Okay, the first page says, how are the Grizzlies looking in a playoff series against the Timberwolves and Houston? We got to do something about Edey getting targeted in the pick and roll. Every team is hunting the poor big fella, getting torched in drop coverage a lot. With JJJ lurking, you think they'd let Zach play up on the ball handler and let his man roll to the basket. He's surprisingly nimble for his size. I think it's a lack of court awareness and poor positioning. Rookie mistakes, a lot is riding on him. Yeah, I mean, this is just kind of the worry about, building a rookie into your, primary attack is just, is he capable of playing, championship basketball for 4 rounds the second he steps into the NBA? That's a pretty short list of guys.
He did have the best combine testing numbers. He was, the fastest sprinter there. He is a nimble guy, but I just don't know. I think he is mobile, but I don't know how good he is just defensively out on the perimeter. And he especially in the playoffs, you're going against the craftiest, manipulative guys out there. They're going to get him to jump. Steph Curry's going to have him tap dancing. So I don't know how he'll look in the playoffs. He'll probably be deployed situationally. And there's some you gotta think if you go against the Lakers, you gotta think he's got to be a problem for them, right? There's no way Trey Jemison can handle this. But also, I could see a world where Luka pulls him out on the perimeter 5 straight times and drops 5,000
yeah, you could see that world. We just saw it happen to Rudy Gobert, and you could see it happen to Zach Edey.
Well, he's French and an idiot.
Yeah,
right?
that's the problem with
And-
French people. And so, like, to me, what differentiates like the Wemby French from the Gobert French?
Oh well, Wemby is like class and young guy and chic and
Yes,
suave.
chic is a good
And
way to put it.
Gobert is summer France. It's 92, super humid, no
There's rats
deodorant
all
on.
over the fucking place.
There's rats everywhere, and he's mean. He speaks English, and a tourist goes up to him asking for directions. He says, "Blah blah 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 blah."
Just
I
because he
don't
doesn't
speak.
want to talk to him.
I don't speak English. Yeah, and he's really mean. And
What a
and
piece
then,
of shit, dude.
And I bet he doesn't even. I bet he doesn't even support Bastille Day. I bet he's like screw Bastille Day.
Yeah, whatever that means. I'm not big into Bastille Day. I don't know.
He's a fake One Piece fan.
Okay.
And also he's a RFK guy, remember? Because he started the pandemic, and so he wants it to be fake because he started it.
Yeah.
Wemby never started any pandemic. When Wemby has an issue, it's in his own blood system. He doesn't put it on the rest of the world.
He's
he
like,
doesn't
hey,
put
guys,
his blood clots
hey guys, that's
on the
me.
mics
That
for
one's
everyone
on me,
else to
everybody.
catch.
You know?
Yeah, and he reads, and I bet Rudy Gobert hasn't read in years. And Rudy Gobert claims to be a One Piece fan. Doubt it.
I saw
Doubt
Rudy
he's caught
Gobert.
up.
I saw Rudy Gobert in public with like a big thick. I saw Rudy Gobert in public with like a leather-bound copy of War and Peace, and then I went behind him and I was like, oh, he's just got a comic book nestled into the pages of War and Peace. He's not even reading. He just wants to seem smart to everybody walking around. He's pretending.
And he's got no bunda back there. No bunda.
All right. On that note, yeah, Grizzlies, you guys are cooked. Edie's done. It'll never work.
What was the question besides Edie?
Fuck, I just scrolled away from it.
Scroll back up. Seriously, dude.
That was all it was. It was just like it was just Edie. It was like, what's the freaking deal, man? Gabagoo. All right, let me see this. Hold on. 56-26 Nuggets.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes drifting through the plains.
Down in the middle of the boom, boom, boom. Down, down. Oh, I'm gonna get copyrighted. Never mind.
Dude, stop.
Dude, stop. Me when I epically troll my co-host by demonetizing the video.
Stop, dude.
YMCA.
Stop, dude. The hospital bills are piling up. I really need it this time.
Well, the hospital bills? Okay, pal.
I'm actually I made a commitment that I shouldn't have. I said I'm covering Wemby's bills. So, yeah. This
bro.
You have no clue because blood clot bills are already really expensive. But it's times 4. It's times 4 because his nervous system is
He's got
4
4
times
amounts of
that
the blood.
of a human. Yeah,
I said I would cut
a Wemby blood clot could stop a dam in the real world.
I said that I would cover Wemby's shift at the sushi restaurant, and it was pretty easy at first because like the sushi was coming through on a conveyor belt pretty slowly, like one at a time. And so I was like packaging the sushi. I was like, yo, this shit's easy, bro. And then like the boss lady
Then they
comes
let
back.
the sushi roll.
Yeah. She goes, let the sushi roll. And I was like, that was kind of weird. What the fuck? And
no, because like sushi roll.
Yeah, no, I got
right?
the
She was making the joke.
I got the joke. But first of all, she was not a very humorous woman. Besides
was it just an unfortunate coincidence of words?
I think it might have been. And so after that, just got completely out of hand. Like if I was 7'4", I could have done it probably. Like with the speed the sushi was coming through. If I had a bigger wingspan, maybe I could have accomplished what they wanted me to. But yeah, I ended up getting him fired because I just threw the sushi. It would stick on the ceiling, and so I would just grab it off the conveyor belt and just throw it up onto the ceiling and hope they never saw it, but they did.
You know what's crazy about that episode? That job was paying them like $17 an hour or something, and that was crazy money back then.
Holy shit! Have you been getting those TikToks where it's like all of the falls from Nickelodeon shows with that I've been roaming around. It's like
No.
it'll like start in slow motion, and it's like a Kings of Leon song, I think. And so, the one I saw was him hitting Oprah with his car, and it just like it's like slow motion.
They don't make those jokes anymore because the woke mind virus.
Because woke mind virus, you can't hit Oprah with your car anymore. You get in so much trouble.
Because black woman, they wouldn't let you do it anymore. They'd let you do it with Elon, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Woke mind virus.
And Elon's an immigrant, so how is that fair?
He's no, not too much on Elon. We're in dangerous times. He might come after us.
Oh, okay. Well, I like Elon. So like, are we? Is he abandoning the immigrant title?
We've said too much.
Oh, okay. Hey, whatever. Elon Musk, he's coming on the show next week.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta write down some jokes to get ready, dude. Because to keep up with that guy.
Well, yeah, he's fast.
Because the comedy is legal now.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like legal, he's coming on. He legalized comedy, and so I'm just ready for the riffs. Mostly, he just seems like such a personable guy, like a guy you could sit down and if you said a sentence to him, he would respond with a normal sentence back.
He's a guy who has at least one normal thing about him, right? Like I don't know about his sentences, I don't know about his build, I don't know about his opinions. There's got to be
10 fingers,
something
10
normal.
toes, baby.
Like maybe as a gamer, there's something normal besides he paid to have his account boosted. I don't.
He paid to be one of the best players in the world on a game that it's like unanimously hated.
And here's the deal. It's not fun to be at the top of one of these games. It's just stressful. It's just hard. And so I don't know why anyone would do it. The only people up there are psychopaths.
Yeah. Like, if you check in on the quality of life of anybody on the leaderboards of any of those games, I'm sure there are, like, 5 that got it all figured out. But then I'm sure there are, like, 30 that are, like, living in an internet cafe somewhere. Just fucking, they haven't showered in a week. They're just crushing, like, energy drinks or whatever. And one of those guys is getting paid to play on Elon Musk's account, pretty much.
I got to higher plat. I got like kind of close to diamond on Overwatch, but it's console, so it's a weaker competition. It's like the G League of Overwatch. But like as I got closer to diamond, I was like, this is just not fun because it's like there's no change I can make. It's just people are better. There's just the Sombra's just gonna bully me the whole time, and I can't do anything about it because I have bad aim. Yeah.
That's why I get on. Maybe I'll update my Xbox One and I'll play Minecraft some more. Maybe that's the move.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The Nuggets are 2-2 in their last 4. They beat the Thunder and the Suns. They lost to the Thunder and the Wolves. I don't know how to feel. Then the Thunder one was so good. I was riding high. It was the realest win of all time. And then the Wolves win or the Wolves loss. It just kind of made me sad. Took the wind out of my sails a little bit.
From the Denver Gazette, this season Denver is winless in 7 games against the Eastern Conference elites, the Cavs, the Celtics, Knicks, and Bucks.
Okay.
Both of Cleveland and New York's wins were by 10 points or more. The Boston losses were decided by 12 and 7 points respectively, while Milwaukee won the first meeting by 9 points. So if you make it to the finals, you're going to get stopped. But to get there, you're going to have to go through the West. They're 4-4 against the top teams in the West. Both losses to OKC came by more than 15, but both of Denver's wins were by 2 and 13 to split the series total. So that's some take that for data.
I wasn't listening.
Should they want Minnesota or Golden State?
What a bad question. What the fuck? They should want the Clippers. That's probably
not gonna happen, pal. Not gonna happen.
How is that not gonna happen? How do you feel confident predicting anything in this fucking Western Conference?
Well, Warriors are definitely surging. The Timberwolves are on the up.
I know.
And the Clippers are not. What was the Clippers' record? Weren't they 1-4?
Oh fuck! See, the problem is if they finish the 2 seed,
Oh no, they're 3-1.
If they finish if the Nuggets finishes the 2 seed, there's a way the Clippers could get it done. If they won the first game of the play-in tournament, which would be tough, but doable. But if the Nuggets finishes the 3 seed, at that point I hope the Wolves kind of peter off a little bit and they play the 7 seed or whatever, and then the Warriors keep surging up into the 5 seed, and then the Nuggets get the 3-6 matchup with the Rockets. That would be ideal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like this. It doesn't feel like a super duper championship team to me. Even though like they have these good games, and I think they match up well enough with OKC. Like compared to the field, there aren't that many teams that match up with the Thunder specifically better, but between, super inconsistent play against the best teams from like Jamal and Michael Porter Jr. and then just the health stuff with Aaron Gordon, where like if he plays, like I do like I feel like they're a different level of team if Aaron Gordon's playing. It's just the last like half of the season he's been really in and out of the lineup, and I don't know if that's going to change in the next like 15 games. So I'm positive. I'm just trying to enjoy the season, Good season from Jokic. Cool enough. I mean, probably Jamal Murray's best overall regular season of his career, which given how it started, is pretty good, He's kind of been hooping lately. It's just I need him to be better against the Wolves specifically. It's just so frustrating. Yeah.
In a normal NBA, this is
You always say this. There's no normal NBA. There's always a team about as good. If the Celtics.
Pre-Celtics, who won?
So pre-Celtics, we're running back through Nuggets. Okay, maybe that's the
normal.
That's
normal.
League. Okay.
Bucks, normal.
Okay.
Bucks Phoenix, normal. Warriors Celtics, that was normal that time.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And then bubble Lakers, normal.
I don't know. I think back to the Bucks team. That Bucks team was not normal. I feel like they were probably
They were fantastic defensively. They had some rough offensive stretches. They were very
I feel like if Giannis's knee doesn't like go the wrong direction against the Hawks and he's like it happened the way it happened. So this is me projecting.
I'm also thinking if Trey doesn't get hurt, that series might be a little closer.
I guess. I mean, I'm Drew Holiday on the roster.
And also that's the team they were probably going to lose to a not normal. Well, we don't know how normal that Nets team was.
Yeah. I don't know.
But the bubble Lakers versus Heat, that was normal, and then 2019 was the last remnants of the not normal Warriors.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, if you plot this Nuggets team into 2021 or whatever, or 20, it's if we call those normal levels, then I would have faith in them to seriously contend. But
just by virtue of best player, good defense around him, and streaky shooting. But hey, everyone's got a weakness like us, right? Everyone's got you could just go cold sometimes, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Not those two. Not the top two dogs.
It feels like the meta has really been cracked a little bit, just in terms of like how much you need to go right. If you're not on the level talent-wise with the Celtics or the Thunder or the Cavs, you just need an immense amount of luck to like really like push them. It seems like
it's like just we might be normal, like swap out Drew for Kemba and swap out like just make Chet like chunkier, and he can't like go out on the perimeter. Then I feel like we might be a little more normal.
Maybe, but like even if Chet was just like thick bunda Chet, and he's just like
fat unhealthy, like doughy.
I know a guy
like original Jokic.
Original Jokic. Yeah, but like even if Chet was doing that, I do feel like the perimeter, like if he's still the same caliber of rim protector, then I still feel like the Thunder are probably pretty fucking crazy. We have 3 lobbyist requests here. Do you have any actual Nuggets shit to get through?
Where are these frauds on my list?
That's not nice, dude. What the hell?
Where are they? Besides that, oh no, nothing else. Nothing left.
All right. So Adam Iskandar says, member of the 5280-80085 here. That spells boobs. 5280 boobs.
Oh shoot!
Here. Yeah. Why didn't Pau Gasol save my life in the 3-cone video? Bro, we already said that.
For profit.
Listen,
reasons, for profit. It's copyright. It's
clean
copyright.
your fucking ears out, Adam.
It's copyright.
Does he hate me? Nah. On another note, why do you think Jamal and Mike turn into Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck every time we go against the Wolves? I feel like Ant, Nah, and Jaden McDaniels lock down these guys every time, leading to the non-shooters on this team having to get hot from 3 if we want to stay close, especially for Jamal after he had that good game versus the Thunder. Mike, I think, is just hopeless if his defender gets into him too much. I don't know. It definitely feels like a mental edge at this point. The Wolves just kind of bring like a physicality to the table that the Nuggets never really seem prepared to deal with. You could point to like Aaron Gordon or whatever being out in that most recent game, because like obviously Aaron Gordon's the best Julius Randle matchup that the Nuggets have on the roster. But
Zignaji.
Hey, I shut the fucking game off, so I don't know how much they threw on Zignaji, but overall it doesn't really justify the way that the Nuggets lost. I feel like Gobert, being as capable of an individual Jokic defender as he is, and it just kind of allows everyone else to fucking do their own jobs. Where Jamal, like against the Thunder, Jokic is like really heavily involved in getting Jamal Murray open. It's not like Jamal is just cooking in isolation on Caruso or whatever, even though it happens, but it's not the way the entire game plan was structured. Against the Wolves, it's a lot harder because Gobert is genuinely just like, he could just shut off the paint at the rim a lot of the time. And so, yeah, I don't know. I would love to not play them. That would be dope. But it seems like we're trending towards a first-round series, which at that point seems like we're trending towards a first-round exit, which at that point seems like this podcast is trending towards not talking about that team anymore.
Oh, okay.
The redacteds? Nah, we couldn't redact the Nuggets. It'd be tough.
Nah.
J-Mac, Nuggets / Euro players. Is Jokic a top 3 center of all time already?
Yes.
No. If not, does a 4th MVP put him there? If not number 1 all time? Also, are you asking European centers? What the fuck? Centers? Do you know other centers in the history of basketball?
He's like Soviet Sabonis, though.
He's like, well, technically, the Hakeem was, if you count the whatever.
If Kerr played in this era.
Oh my God. Kirilenko slotted down sometimes. He was a small ball force. Fuck. It seems like the Euros are dominating the league now. Luka, Jokic, Giannis, Wemby. Does the Euro play style (team focus, scheme heavy) help foster better development, or would these guys still be as good as they are now if they played in North America? Individual focused, make something happen plays. No.
I do not think Jokic happens in American development. Luka's the most interesting blend because he reads the game like a European, but he has the individual shot creation and like the athletic tools to get to the rim consistently. So really that really is the factor. Like, you typically self-creation skills are better in America. Reading the game and feel is better in Europe.
Yeah.
But that gap is closing, and we're getting more and more crazy guys. But I do think Jokic is at worst, like, in an argument. Yeah, definite top 3 center all time for me. I think you're arguing 1 or not, and you're like splitting hairs between.
Oh, okay. So like Kareem is probably one, correct?
He could be. I think Jokic same tier.
Oh, that's based. Okay.
To me, historically, I've been a Shaq guy. I've always been Shaq is.
Well, that's
Shaq
what I
is
was going to say.
dominant.
To me, Jokic would be 3 behind Shaq and Kareem still, just because of longevity stuff.
But
you don't
think
care. You don't care about. Okay, I forgot about that.
Oh no, longevity, I do not care. But I think he's at a level where now just like it's not the same physical dominance as Shaq, but you really can't guard him 1v1. You have to send multiple bodies on the ball, and so and I just think the way he functions, just as he's just like a tower on the floor that gets the ball to the right spots all the time. It's like super Steve Nash. It's like Shaq and Steve Nash combined. So I think, definite argument for him to be. I think he's the best offensive center of all time. If someone wanted to say Shaq or Kareem, that's fine too. The only arguments against him are on the defensive end. But offense, it's too much. It's just too much.
Nikola Jokic Stable says, have you two joined the picket line? Do you think he could be, Jalen Pickett, can be a capable backup guard to give spot minutes to in the playoffs? It was supposed to be Strother, but he has looked overwhelmed in every big game this season. I don't know. I think it's going to be really tough on defense. But Strother definitely looks, or Pickett looks steadier just in terms of like decision making and everything, which baby Jokic obviously is going to be a better decision maker, but when Strother's 3 is not like hitting, it's Pickett is
we
very
need to let him go in the post more. We need to let him baby Fred VanVleet.
I don't even know if he could. Fred VanVleet's a pretty thick guy. Bunda on Bunda crime.
Oh,
okay. All right, you want to do Lakers?
Yeah.
Okay, let me timestamp this bitch.
Lakers.
Okay, the Lakers 1-3 over their last 4. They beat the Knicks, then they lost to the Celtics, the Nets, and the Bucks. Luka, 45 points in a loss.
Booyah.
Big 20-point loss to the Bucks. What the heck?
Empty 45, empty calories, just like his body.
Yeah. Twitter, well, his body's it's full calories. It's heavy.
Empty ones.
Empty calories, like his body. Luka's drinking heavy cream, and he's like, these are empty calories, baby.
Well, remember, he had sweet tea in his water bottle.
He had lemonade in his water bottle.
You know who's been thin the entire time? Trae Young.
He's drinking
sleek, stylish.
Yeah. Well, he's still short.
They won the trade.
It's one thing to be fat. It's another to be short.
Okay, they got a finals run. Hawks got a conference finals run.
Exactly.
They got one step further.
And a conference finals run against New York, it's essentially a finals run.
Actually, the Lakers are the big winners in all this because they got Luka and Cam Reddish.
Nice. Twitter was calling Luka, despite the loss man, has returned. Do you remember that?
Oh my
from
God.
Like last year or whatever? Despite the loss man?
I don't remember that specific tag for him, but I remember the man, all the different mans.
Yeah, he was despite the loss, where his team, the Mavs would lose, and he would have like 40, 12, and 13 or whatever, and people would be like, despite the loss, man, at it again. And so this was a circle back. If you want to talk about like agenda wars and certain people being up, the Shea fans getting an MVP award before Luka, that's pretty tough to stomach if you're like a guy who's really been in the trenches for Luka for a while, I think.
Yeah. This is the first time I felt like Shea is like, I guess he is just straight up better than Luka this season. I'm still it's
no
hard
question this season, but like
it's always hard for me to get on board putting guys who aren't that level of passer above the guys who are that level of passer.
But with Luka, I get it at least, where it's like if the efficiency, well, I don't know, because it was all health shit last postseason, I suppose, but like the defense did get to a point where it was like, okay, well, This is a little tough to stomach. I could at least entertain Shea conversations now. And I mean, really, I don't know. Like, the passing hasn't, like, he's not like a incapable passer. He's just not like a Luka Doncic one.
He's just good, and Luka is he's arguably the best ever. He's in that conversation.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. To me, this whole season is, like, not canon for Luka. I really, like, I've seen a lot of people.
The fatness is canon.
Yeah, he's fat.
And being out of shape, evil fatty. That's canon.
Yeah. Malicious, malevolent fatty. It's difficult for sure.
What is weaponized incompetence?
Yeah.
Weaponized obeseness.
Weaponized obesity. Luka, can you get a layup? Yeah.
No.
Give me one.
Don't do this, guys.
Give me a second to catch my breath. They're on 3-game losing streak. The Lakers are on right now. And now they play 6 games in the next 8 days while being down multiple starters. Pretty tough. But LeBron upgraded to day-to-day with the groin strain. So I don't know. But Luka is out tonight against the Nuggets. I'm ducking. Imagine Austin Reeves 50 bomb. They win. Imagine.
I could see it. I could definitely see it.
Imagine.
Imagine all the points.
Imagine all the white guys.
I thought about making a TikTok when the Luka trade happened where I was just singing Imagine. I said, this is for all the Mavericks fans.
You should do it, and you should intersperse the clips from the celebrities singing it during COVID. You should just clip in like Gal Gadot or whoever, like just drop her in there.
So I got some stats for you since the Luka trade. Some Lakers team stats. So they're the 11th ranked transition defense. Is that real?
Yeah.
I'm skeptical.
Do you think it's going to get worse?
I think it could get worse.
Okay.
But I can't say concretely. 6th ranked half court defense. I think that will for sure get worse.
Okay. All right.
Do you think?
I don't know. It's hard to get a read on it right now. So when you say for sure get worse, are you predicting that they'll plummet to be like bad on that end of the floor, or do you think it'll regress to like 11th or something?
In a playoff series, I think half court defense could be a problem.
Yeah, that's a fair concern. I feel like
because you got. We'll see how locked in Luka stays. You've got Austin.
Even
Reeves.
If he's locked in, like if he's hurt or whatever, if he's not 100%. That's tough.
Yeah, you've got Austin Reeves, and you don't really have a center, so I'm a little skeptical about it. They have the best second chance defense. Like they don't let other guys get offensive rebounds. I don't know what to think about that.
That's another one of those things where it's like if you try hard, how am I supposed to say that they just won't try hard in the playoffs or whatever? And
they do have Luka is a big time rebounder.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron's a big time rebounder. Like their small lineup is full of guys who could get rebounds still, so that could be real. 18th ranked half court offense. That will be better, I think. That's fake bad. Mm-hmm. I think that'll be a weapon in the playoffs. They're bottom 20s in second chance offense, so they're not crashing the offensive boards. What's going on there?
Yeah. I don't know.
9th ranked transition offense. I think that's real. They're great at scoring off of live rebounds. They're bad at scoring off of forced turnovers. They probably just don't. I forgot to look up their turnover stats. They probably just don't force that many.
I feel like they probably force a fair amount. Their whole scheme is like we're flying all over the place, and since we can't protect the rim, we're trying to like really pressure, like weak points in passing.
True. Pull it up if you can.
When did the Luka trade happen? What was that? February 8th?
I think February 10th is his first game or something like that.
I'm looking it up.
But what if they are forcing turnovers? What would be the difference there versus they're great at scoring off live rebounds versus they're great at they're bad at scoring off of forced turnovers. Would it be the guys who are? Oh, maybe the guys who are forcing the turnovers are more like Vanderbilt and Dorian Finney-Smith, and they're just worse offensive players versus like Luka getting a board or LeBron getting a board and then throwing an outlet pass. That could be an explanation.
I don't know how to pull up turnovers. I guess I'm on the NBA's website, and I pulled up. I assumed it'd be a defensive dashboard, but I guess it's not. So we'll never know.
They have the 5th best rim percentage. Probably real. They got some big time attackers.
Mm-hmm.
They're 19th in 3-point percentage. They're 17th in mid-range percentage, but they take the 2nd most threes since the trade, right behind Boston. And really, like, it's always been LeBron plus shooters equals good offense, and now it's Luka plus LeBron plus shooters equals good offense. So I think that's real.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's really all the takeaways. But I am like as time goes, I'm still not as sold on this team as a lot of people seem to be. I just think there's so many holes. This is going to be a half-court offense that's going to be playing, or a half-court defense that's going to be playing Luka, Austin Reeves, Gabe Vincent, Dalton Connect, and then they're going to have like Alex Len or Trey Jemison.
I mean, I really don't know how much Len is going to fucking play. If you watched him the other night,
it's not very tenable. So maybe like you got to sell me on the motors. They just go small ball the whole time, and the motor is at 100 the whole time. But it's just a little harder for me to ball or to buy into that. And you got to think like, how democratic will the offense be? Because if they were playing like a Warrior style offense and the ball's flying around all the time and everyone is engaged, I can fully see it. But like the ball does stick a little bit with LeBron and Luka.
Yeah.
And not that that's a bad thing at all, but that's just the nature of it. And so I don't know. Jared Vanderbilt's like willing to play without touching the ball or without doing anything, but he's got his own problems, and
he sucks on that end. So it'd be different if Jared Vanderbilt was like, yeah, I need a touch every now and then. It's like, well, that's just the worst possession of all time. I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, I think a lot of the motor stuff I'm sold on for the rest of this season. I think with this sample size, I'm confident that like they'll work their ass off or whatever. To me it's more of a matter of, does like the power of perseverance and hard work, do we hit the upper limit of that? Is there just like in a Thunder matchup or whatever, do you just go, oh shit, Shea had like 45 tonight and the rest of the team made their shots or whatever?
Yeah,
I definitely feel like that would be a little bit tough. I mean, on the other end, though, I don't know. Part of me is just like, if we do get like, the bad series from the Thunder shooters that we have kind of discussed, which I don't think it would happen, but it's possible, I guess. And then simultaneously, it's just like LeBron and Luka are combining to give you like 65 points, 70 points.
Yeah, it would have to be like the Nets or like the 2016 Cavs, where it's just like crazy two-man.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think the motor shit I'm for the most part sold on. I think you could see that like coming into sustaining it for 82 games. That's maybe where like the trade deadline shit helps out a little bit. Is like you get to come in late February and be like, hey, we could really do something here if everybody buys in. Whereas like keeping everyone bought in over the course of like from October through, maybe that could be a little more difficult. We have 3 lobbyist requests here. Do you want to get to them, or do you have any other stuff?
Yeah. Well, last point is, just going by my philosophy. They have both guys you can ignore on offense and attack on defense. So I'm
the Vanderbilt part. I feel like a lot of that doesn't get talked about enough. Or it's one thing to not have a center, but to have such a big part of what feels like makes up the size of your team. Like you regain size in not having a big guy because Vanderbilt plays his fucking heart out. To have that guy like unplayable against the Thunder, you can't, like, he would not be able to exist out there against the Thunder's defense. That would be really tough.
Dorian Finney-Smith. I think we lagged for a second. Dorian Finney-Smith is a guy. In my mind, I was like, "Ooh, I could see him going cold." But I looked his playoff numbers over the last 3 seasons.
He's good.
He's over 40% on good volume. So I don't know if maybe I didn't check the series to series stats, but the overall playoff shooting numbers are good.
Yeah. Okay. Jeff Knight says, my girlfriend and I are going to the Lakers-Suns game on Sunday for our 3-year anniversary.
Whipped, right?
Hey,
Whipped.
Damn, okay. Well, she loves when clips of the show pop up on her TikTok or when I share snippets of the pod with her that I think she'll like. Whipped, fucking loser nerd. Your girlfriend likes the show.
You're only listening to the pod because you're whipped.
Hey,
you only like it because she likes it.
Can you wish her a happy anniversary for me?
Happy birthday! You got this guy at the.
It's not birthday.
Not
you
the
fucking
palm of your
moron.
hand.
It's anniversary.
Wait. Oh, happy anniversary! What year is it?
It's the 3. I mean,
us?
Jesus, it said 3. Have you been paying attention?
I was busy poning him. I was busy destroying him with my wit.
Oh my god! Hey, I just got mad flashbacks to when the teacher would call on someone that clearly wasn't paying attention. They'd be like, "What did I just say?" And you would just like be sitting there, and be like, "Oh, damn, they definitely don't know. That was you, because you were goofing around."
But yeah, happy 3-year anniversary. Screw you.
Happy 3-year anniversary. Don't screw you. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. I hope the Lakers win. Shouldn't be that hard against the Suns, but you never know.
Oh God. Oh, all right. Maybe Trey Jemison masterclass.
Hey, that could be cool. All right.
Oh, if Trey Jemison has over 10 points, he'll get married. If he has under 10, you're doomed.
You're doomed.
Write it down?
Trey, please, man. Come on. Lishlong Lover 23 says, "What's up, boys and Riley?" Okay. I think there's
nice.
more, I think there's more girls than just Riley in here now. So you got to be more inclusive than that. I've been watching Come On Maluak and was wondering what you thought of him, Pablo. I also thought he would be an ideal fit for the Lakers and what you would do to trade up.
He is someone. I've watched Cooper, and so I've watched him. I've watched him via proxy, via out of my peripheral vision of Cooper. So I think very, very obvious, insane lob threat, insane rim protection. I'm not locked into how he is on the perimeter yet, but he is. Right now, it's looking like he's the clear-cut best center, best rim protector in a draft that doesn't have very many others, except for VJ Edgecombe. And Cooper's obviously a great rim protector for wing as well. But like Zikarsky, Zikarsky, he is not panned out quite the way everyone thought it was. And I don't know if there's.
Well, the hoops are upside down in Australia, so it's not fair.
Yeah, it is. Well, he is in Australia still, so he should be used to
it's hard to protect upside down basketball rims because the rim's at the bottom. So if you're tall, it's harder. Short guys are the best rim protectors in Australia.
And let's see. So out of the bigs I've watched Derek Queen. I definitely can't count on him to be a consistent rim protector. Danny Wolf is interesting, but much more of like a straight up role player to me. And then after that, I haven't watched. Oh, Ryan Kalkbrenner in the second round. Now that's good. But just by virtue of being a position that's not super strong in this draft, maybe someone to trade. Is he asking
He's
for
asking about
a
the
specific
Lakers
team?
trading up?
I wonder how much it would cost because there are some needy teams at the top of this draft.
Let's pull up Tankathon real quick.
Like Charlotte, if they fell, they got to take him, right? Because they traded away all their guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they still have Mark Williams.
Oh yeah,
they didn't even trade him. That's fake.
Yeah, but he's a bomb. he's just a bomb waiting to go off. Apparently.
Yeah, a production bomb, a double bomb. Come on, dude.
Watch this epic joke I'm about to make.
Okay.
Philadelphia doesn't have a center. Okay.
Wow. You get it? Because Embiid's in the hospital. Pablo thinks that's really funny, guys.
Toronto could be. Oh my God. You know where he's from?
He's from Toronto?
No, he's from South Sudan.
Oh, okay. And so is Masai from there?
Masai, I don't know where Masai is. Which country? Masai? I don't know, but he's big on establishing NBA.
If I was
Africa.
a Raptors fan, I'd say Masai suffers so much. Masai suffer every day. This guy sucks.
Wait, what?
It's like must I
Oh,
suffer?
nice. Let's see. Where's Masai? Masai's Canadian Nigerian.
Okay.
So, but he famously loves drafting the African players because he's integral to the program there. So he feels he has good intel on them. So natural fit for and also they don't have a center of the future right now, do they?
No, well, I mean Pirtle, but you know.
Do I feel great about RJ Ingram, quickly Barnes?
Well, that's what I've always thought. When I watch Come On film, it's like this. We need to get this guy around some mid-range assassins. That's what this guy needs.
Him and Scotty would be an incredible defensive front court, but we got to get in. We really got to get out and transition to score.
Yeah, if the defense gets set, it's over. Also,
what assets do the Lakers have? They have the pick they didn't.
They have the package,
the
pretty
23rd.
much.
You know what? If you don't like any of the guys, that pick is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it is a long way away. So you got to... Who has that kind of job security?
Yeah.
Does Masai?
Maybe. I would say...
I
don't really know enough about like a mock draft, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say the Lakers probably don't trade up to do it. It would be pretty difficult. Yeah. Okay, that was Schlong Lover. Buddha Monk says, how do you guys feel about Luka's shot attempts at the rim trending down over his career? It didn't stop him from winning a scoring title, and obviously he even took his team to the finals with bleeding knees. Not going to overreact to a loss against the defending champs, but it sucked to see Jaylen Brown and geriatric Horford contain him. I think
that was crazy.
I think the shots at the rim are one thing. But I think like where he's at right now is just it's like health wise. I don't really think he's 100%. And Jaylen Brown's a really tough matchup for him anyways. It's like a specific same with OG Anunoby. It's like a combination of strength and length where he's not gonna be able to bump him the way he bumps fucking Jaden McDaniels or whoever. It's just tough. And so I don't know. To me, like I feel like this is maybe all of the Dallas Mavericks like exit statements on Luka kind of settling in people's minds and be like, damn, what if he is actually fat and lazy and bad or whatever? What if he don't that's a guy who's fat and lazy wouldn't want to go to the rim. He'd just want to fucking step back and shoot threes. I feel like Luka, you don't get like 6 seasons of the best offensive production we've ever seen. And then it just disappears. Like that would be one of the craziest stories in the history of basketball. And he's a really good 3-point shooter. Like the idea that even if his, rim attempts got fewer, sure, you want to see him like collapse the paint and be a playmaker that way or whatever. But to me, 2 years ago when he's shooting 40% on 10 threes a game or whatever, nobody was pissed about the rim attempts then.
Yeah. So I did see the numbers of his so year by year. Well, I don't know so on the Lakers, he's actually more of his shot attempts have come at the rim. 23% of his shot attempts have come at the rim versus 15% in Dallas this year, which that was a career low. But 23 is He's never been as rim heavy as I thought. Very interesting. The majority of his offense has always come from 3, and then
what is he doing on like drives and shit? Because I feel like maybe attempts at the rim is a little disingenuous to like the visual style of him actually playing because he kicks out so much. I don't know. I also wonder
this is shot frequency. So this is like the percentage of his offense. So like 15% of his shots of the shots that he takes. So he's 15% in Dallas this year, which that was only 22 games. So maybe these samples are just too small to go off entirely.
And he was really in and out of the lineup also. Like if you're coming back from a calf injury, third game back, you're not going to be like, let me fucking put my head down and get to the rim, baby.
Yeah. Last year it was 18%, which is pretty low. And 42, he was taking a lot of mid-range, but he's good at mid-range, honestly. And his rim accuracy, like, this is the worst year he's had. Well, on the Lakers, he's at 71%. That's like the worst stretch he's had. That's still really good. And he was at 77% with Dallas. So I do think, like, when you go back and watch Skinny Luka, like the Clippers highlights, it's clear it was easier for him. He was a more unstoppable rim driving force, and it would be better for him to get in better shape. But it's still not to the point where, like, I think that he'll have trouble in a playoff series if healthy to getting to the rim.
I don't know, like the super skinny athletic like rim pressure version of Luka. I would rather be having like concerns about the rim aggression than I would being like, is this guy's shooting gonna hold up in a postseason series? Because I feel like the playmaking, all of the offense really revolves around the fact that like guys really have to contest him, and so I don't know. We've seen so much from Luka. It would take a disaster for me to like really panic on him.
He shot 82% at the rim in the playoffs last year. That's nuts.
With bleeding knees. This motherfucker at like every trip down the court, he'd be like, timeout. I have to re-Velcro this fucking steampunk thing that I have taped to my fucking leg. Yeah, he's crazy. All right. You want to do what's next? The Rockets?
Yeah.
Rockets, what are we at? Let me timestamp this hoe.
Rockets.
Rocket Man, burning his fuse up here alone. The Rockets are, where the fuck are they? I'm scrolling around. 4-0. Last 4, they beat the Suns, the Magic, and the Pelicans twice. Shangoon against the I think this was the Suns. I wrote down Shangoon against the Rockets.
Of course it's against the Suns. All the bigs eat.
Yeah. 20.7 rebounds, 4 assists, 100% from the field,
Perfect.
baby. One of 11 games this season with 20-plus points on 100% shooting. He had that cool behind-the-back pass. So
Idiot.
Idiot. Hey, game to game, no, literally that buys you another 8 months of the baby
Jokic
title. Hey, you miss a cutter once a quarter, doesn't matter, baby. Doesn't matter. That's all I got on them. I don't know. Like a good play overall. They've been a team that hasn't really gone 4-0 super consistently, so good for them. But I'm still worried about all the shit I've been worried about the whole season.
Fight.
Oh, with Shangoon or with Steven Adams and Mason Plumlee?
Yeah. Steven Adams, Mason Plumlee, they went crashing to the ground. It was crazy. At least someone's playing hard on the Suns, I guess. He's just mad.
He's just angry. That's not effort. He's just pissed. Oh, Jalen Williams. He's back tomorrow.
Oh, who do they play?
I don't know. He's just not listed on the injury report. So tomorrow they play the Pistons.
Oh, big game.
Everyone comes back against the Pistons, man. God damn, bro. It's everyone's game 7 against the damn Pistons, dude. Why does everybody got to try so hard against us?
Because everyone wants to. They get up for Chauncey and them.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Jalen Williams from? I don't actually know.
Me
Is
neither.
He a California guy?
California.
So Fred VanVleet had 10 points in 28 minutes against Phoenix after missing 16 games with a right ankle sprain. Amen Thompson will be out 2 weeks with an ankle injury. Big blow to these guys. So we're now at 11 games of Jabari Smith since he came back from injury. Not going super well.
Fuck.
So 12 points, 7 rebounds, under an assist per game on 38% from the field, 32% from three, 65% from the line. But he's still grabbing 6.7 rebounds a game. So could this be a Moneyball moment where you're like, we're in the scouting meeting. He doesn't score, he doesn't pass, he doesn't shoot, but.
Oh, do you want me to talk?
Yeah, you.
He rebounds.
Yeah, so this is like the Rockets' special sauce. They have just a ton of guys who grab rebounds, and that's how you make up for bad offense.
Do I care if he can shoot? No,
wait,
you do
I
not.
forget the. No, you do not. If he gets rebounds.
I'm about to rewatch that tonight.
I've thought about it the other day. I wish I wish I could just wipe my memory every time. And honestly, they should just remake that same exact movie just with a different team every year. Like, it could be the same plot or what. Oh, the Brad Pitt racing movie is coming out soon.
Is it good? I don't even know what you're talking about.
It looks cool. F1, I think it's called. It looks cool.
What's the F
Javier Bardem,
for?
I think. I'll tell you off air. No.
oh! I thought it was gonna be like fucking stupid or something. I don't know.
No, it's the F1, the racing.
Freak 1, and they're all having sex in the cars.
Formula.
Oh, that's stupid.
Do you know about Formula One?
Like,
the race cars.
Formula, like, are they doing science in the cars? Like, I need more. I need an acid to pour into this beaker. I need to make the solution.
It really is the sport that's like closest to like battle bots or whatever. It's really teams of engineers competing against each other, and then they just have one hot guy drive the car.
That's
and
so sick.
It's like the hot billionaire's son, and everyone's like, he's so good.
He's so good.
Except for, I guess, Lewis Hamilton did grow up poor. He's self-made. So shout out.
It's such an
shout out
insane
Lewis
thing
Hamilton.
to get into as a poor kid. I'm
It
gonna
really
be an
is.
F1 driver.
What? Like golf and tennis were already uphill battles as like country club sports.
Yeah.
But getting into Formula One is nuts. So because
I'm
that's
gonna be
like,
a competitive astronaut, I think.
yeah, I'm thinking even hockey is expensive, but yeah, it's like, yeah. Competitive, you covered it. Competitive astronaut. So we have good news and bad news.
Give me the bad news.
March Jalen Green seems like it was a one-time thing.
Jalen Green.
Not carrying over to this March.
March Jalen off a cliff.
Oh, okay.
Like,
and there's a net
him.
at the bottom. Never mind.
Jalen Green.
No, okay. No, but December Jalen Green is real.
More like dismember Jalen Green.
Oh shoot, he's too the. You guys
bang,
know it's
bang. Hey, we're an hour and a half
came-
in. I'm snappy, baby.
It came so quickly because he thinks about this a lot.
No, I love Jalen Green. He's a cute guy. I don't want to kill him or dismember him.
Now it's sus. Huh. Now it's sus.
Well, I don't want to
worse
kill
than a
him.
murderer is being sus.
I have a crush on him, but like if I wasn't sexually attracted to him, yes, I would. He would be in danger.
Jalen Green, age gap relationship
With who?
with Drea Michelle, I think her name is.
How old is
It's
she?
an older woman. They had a kid. She's in her 30s.
Oh,
and he's, like,
is she
21.
the one who like? I swear someone had a kid with someone on the Hornets. She was like a serial baby mama or something. That's how Twitter was describing her, which I'm not going
it
to
might
take
be
them
her.
as like a credible source of information on like what women are up to, but I do remember.
No, if you wanna find out about women's wrongs, Twitter is a really good place for it.
Yeah.
Not women's rights though. But yeah, so we got good Jalen Green in December, but it seems March Jalen Green is not going to come. So maybe it's kind of like a Jalen Green lottery. Like one of the months are going to be really good. I hope it. You really don't want it to be November.
Or December. Really, what am I going to do with good December?
Yeah, and so hopefully next year we could get like in April or
Holy
June.
Shit. May Jalen Green. Come on, dude.
I forgot all about May. That's nuts. But we did get March Şengün. So in March so far, Şengün is 22, 8, and 6 on 70% true shooting. What a guy.
How many games?
I think it's like 7. So
okay.
Huge sample.
Huge sample. 100% from the field in one of those games. Doesn't mess with it at all.
Yeah, and that's a team. That's the most expensive team in the NBA. He did that against. So that's the kind of teams he's going to be going against.
It's
in the playoffs.
It's like spending on the military. You know, it's the most efficient use of your money as a basketball team.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking at the Minecraft commercial, the Minecraft movie commercial. I don't know if I'm going to see that, but honestly, the world looks so cool, but I don't really want to see Jason Momoa in the world. I got some reckoning to. I think I'll probably just play
Minecraft. I don't.
And pretend to be Jason Momoa.
Well, I don't care about any of these people. I don't care about Jason Momoa. I don't care about that little white kid they brought in. I don't care about Jack Black. I don't give a fuck
Rest
about
in peace, Jack Black.
They
he
made
used
him
to be so cool.
They made him woke. God damn it.
Alperen Şengün joins 2016-17 James Harden as the only Rockets to reach 1,000 points, 600 rebounds, and 300 assists in a season.
Nice.
Suck it, Hakeem. Where do the Rockets want to be in playoff seeding? So right now they're locked into a matchup against the Lakers, and they're battling for home court advantage. But it is conceivable for them to take the 3rd spot from Denver if they got hot and Denver faded. And that would match you up with either Golden State or Minnesota. So would they rather have that than the Lakers? And then if they get lapped by the Warriors, who are super hot, they're like 11-1 since Jimmy came, then they would match up with the Nuggets as the lower seed. So who do you want if you're them? Do you want Lakers, Nuggets, Minnesota, or Golden State?
I think the Lakers are just in the sense of like, hey, we're just going to beat the shit out of you. And if we can injure 2 of your guys, which like I don't advocate for. I think it'd be a fucking lame strategy or whatever. But like, do I think they're beating...
Guy wants to kill Jalen Green, by the way.
That was satire comedy jokes, dude. I didn't realize I had to explain comedy recently legalized to you. Yeah. Sit down and shut up, pal. Let the professionals work. Fuck. Now my train of thought's completely ruined. I don't know. Like the Lakers. Oh, he turned his camera off, guys. I know this is an audio-only format for a lot of you people, but Pablo's doing a visual gag right now, so he just wants to appeal to a broad audience. What is he? Something about women? I don't know. I don't get it. Hey, it's Women's History Month. I shouldn't be talking like that. It's a solo pod now, everybody.
Oh shoot, Women's History Month. All right, I'm back. I was sad about how mean he was to me just now, but then I got happy thinking about all the triumphs that women have overcome and how people been so mean to them, but they were able to overcome it. So I channeled my inner woman, my inner Marsha P. Johnson, and I overcame it.
I'm every woman.
Except Ruth Bader Ginsburg, that thought.
Ruth Gator Ginsburg? She's
Reston.
You just go to the Supreme Court. There's just an alligator in the middle of the place. Being like, all right, what do you vote on this? And she just eats fucking whoever's next to her.
Happy Ruth Bader Ginsburg, or happy Women's History Month, everybody, except for that thought.
Except for that thought and Margaret Thatcher.
When I went to have Ethiopian food, there was a mural nearby of someone drew her as the devil. It was
Maggie, old Maggie Thatch.
No, RBG.
Oh, I mean, yeah, she's talk about like a. Lost aura points over the last however many years. Just
who replaced her, Kavanaugh or Amy Coney Barrett?
I think it was Amy Coney Barrett, but I can't remember exactly. Here, let me Google it real quick.
Who's going to be alive for 60 more years?
Who replaced Ruth Bader Ginsburg? Okay, U.S. Yeah, it was Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah, great. All but I hear she did something big with credit cards for women. Guess what? You got abortions out of here, baby.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just yeah, Ruth Bader Ginsburg was just like the peak of, if there was like a woman in power, like all the libs, just nobody checking
the girl boss.
Yeah,
era.
nobody checking what they actually did. Just being like, nice, let's make 45 children's books about this person, and let's never check in on any policy or anything. And then yeah, she gets to die in an extremely selfish way and ruin the country for the next 70 years. Are you Ruth Conda forevering right now?
Ruth Conda forever.
I remember when my 8-year-old said that, I started crying.
God, that we didn't know how good we had it back then.
Yeah. Oh well. Hey, the world's getting worse all the time, and all you could do is subscribe to the Patreon.
Yeah.
Who the fuck left a... Oh, Rainbow Trout says Rockets, a.k.a. the Housty Pirates. Oh, okay. The double...
Wait, how did he write it?
Housti. Like...
Oh, okay. I thought there was a D in there, like One Piece D. But
no. Oh, I was explaining this to my girlfriend the other day, because we walked past a like a Dwight D. Eisenhower memorial, and I was like, in One Piece, there's this thing called the Will of D, and so Dwight Eisenhower will probably wind up appearing in a lot of the biggest moments of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rainbow Trout said the double big lineups with Şengün and Adams have a whopping 46.8 net rating. Don't look at the sample size. Şengün,
it's probably 1 million.
Yeah, it's probably the most played lineup of all time. The Şengün looks much better playing the 4. Is this viable long term, or do you think this kind of lineup should only be played in spurts / situationally?
I do not think they have the spacing to subsidize that lineup in a playoff series.
I don't know. Part of me is torn because I feel like it's cool what they're doing right now, and we're kind of being dicks by being like, it doesn't matter if you can't do anything in the playoffs. But at the same time, I feel like, maybe figuring out what the meta for your roster moving forward over the next several years should be, figuring that out is worth more than like being absolutely 100% as competitive as you can be in the playoffs right now, where like, I don't know, just because they don't have the shooting to support a Şengün 4 spot right now, I don't think it's insane to want that moving forward.
Yeah, I do think in order for Şengün to hit his ceiling, he's got to become a shooter. He's got to become a capable outside shooter.
Hey, he's got to make him. He's already a shooter. He takes them.
But yeah, I mean, keep trying the lineup till don't keep trying it till it doesn't work.
Okay, until that net rating goes down, keep playing it, baby.
Yeah. It's just super rebounding. They have all the best rebounding wings, and then they have Şengün, who's great, and now Steven Adams. He's boxing out everybody as well.
Okay. The Warriors are 4-0. They beat the Kings, the Blazers, the Pistons, and the Nets. Pretty good. Pretty good, the Warriors are.
Pretty good.
Pretty good, I mean, they're no Şengün and Steven Adams, but they're pretty good.
Let's see.
Sorry, I'm time stamping right now. Okay.
Steph hit 4,000 threes.
Who gives a fuck? Draymond versus the Kings.
Night.
23 points. Who gives a fuck about Steph Curry? Draymond Green, baby. 23, 4-4, and 73% true shooting. He led the game in scoring against the Kings. He went off. The Draymond Green nuke that everyone was waiting for.
So epic. He's back.
And then they're 13-1 with Jimmy in the lineup.
Yeah, that's nuts. Today's Steph's birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. Wardell.
I saw Dan Le Batard talking about how he thinks LeBron is probably on steroids, and like no one just ever brings it up. And I was thinking, like, are they like it is weird. Like, it wouldn't be the craziest thing if he was outed as being on steroids, but then I started thinking, like, wouldn't everyone else be on steroids? Like, shouldn't Embiid be on steroids, or does it not matter? Just like he's too big and the knee is already too messed up. But also I was thinking, like, should we suspect Steph and KD as well? Because all these guys have clearly lost steps, like, physically, but they're all still so good in the most physically taxing era, I feel like. Yeah, Steph is a small guard. Who's still been doing it at 37? I guess Stockton did his at 40, but
we got a new Frank Ocean snippet. That's what I'm listening to right now.
Oh, okay.
Goddamn.
But yeah, it was much easier to play like Stockton did than it was to play like Steph.
Oh,
did.
yeah, it was much easier to be like, hey, post up. Come get this.
Carl! Get him, Carl.
Carl, come on, man. Be physical down there. What are you doing, dude? As opposed to running 8 miles in a basketball game at 39 years old.
Yeah. So it should. Guys, comment down below if you know about steroids. Should we suspect these guys, or are they just taking care of themselves?
Guys, comment down below if you know where Dan Liebetard lives.
Oh, Miami.
Oh, okay, cool. So we know. Andrew Wiggins, go get him. The Kings game, it was also Kuminga's first game back since a ankle sprain on January 4th. He went for 18 points on 71% true shooting.
Booyah.
With Jimmy, all of this makes a lot more sense. Everything has kind of slotted into place. It's like just competitive team where it's like Moody trying his ass off, defending really well.
Oh, he's playing so good.
Yeah, Kuminga looks just like there's so much less that they need him to do, and so he could just thrive in the spots where he's really good. Yeah, it's just been sick. And this, I mean, they nuked the fucking Kings. Obviously, like, the Draymond thing is a bit of an outlier. They got, like, 10 points from Steph or something. It was not a great Steph game as far as, like, scoring goes, and it just really didn't matter. And, I mean, the Kings aren't, like, they're not, like, the bar for competitive or anything at this point, but it's still a good win.
No Sabonis. Frauds.
Oh, fake. Okay, yeah.
And I think no Monk, right? Or was he back?
Fuck. No Monk. No King?
But
come on.
That's what it means. Quentin Post is also playing well for them. Good stretch 5, which they haven't really had, and can be a drop big. He's making plays out of there.
Who's
for
the
now.
Brazilian guy they got?
Gui Santos. He's shooting 75% at the rim.
He's
too.
playing. He's got Barbosa vibes, and I mean, like, it's fucked up to just be like, hey, you know the other guy? You're like him, but. I mean, I don't know. They both have a. I always remember Barbosa doing something, like finding the defense made a mistake, and he's like, "Oh, this is my moment. I'm getting a layup or whatever." And then it was just like he had just hit Game 7 buzzer beater. It was the most exciting shot he'd ever made in his career by his reaction.
I saw TikTok the other day. He texted Kai Cenat because I guess Kai Cenat was praising. I think Kai Cenat might have praised him on like First Take or something. But he texted him and he's like, "Hey brother, I'm having one of my family members is sick. I'm about to fly home to Brazil. I've been feeling so sad lately, but your praise has made me feel better."
Nice.
Like,
that slipped my mind. The Kai Cenat First Take appearance, it was so densely packed with, like, you know, nuanced and good informed takes that, like, the Barbosa nod just kind of fell by the wayside.
Kai Cenat famously doesn't know ball, but probably not that far away from Stephen A. I looked at Stephen A's. Here, let's pull up. Oh, by the way, Google Steph Curry. Pull up Google.com and type in Steph
I'll do
Curry. Everyone at home, do this as well.
Okay. Holy crap! It's raining threes on my Google thing.
Yeah, they put a little celebration feature because Steph is part of Silicon Valley tech giant. They're working on new drones to pick up the poor and drop them on Sentinel Island.
Scary.
So Stephen A. Smith, I looked at his YouTube channel. Here's the latest from Steve. Oh shoot, I accidentally backed out of it. But it's all political stuff. Like he's really. I'm getting closer and closer to accepting that he's gonna run. So here are his latest videos. I have some major issues with Tucker Carlson. Then he talks about how he went on Gilbert Arenas' show. Then he said, Ben Shapiro, I have a message for you. I have some issues with Tucker Carlson and Ben Shapiro. Oh, that's the full episode. Okay, so it's not as bad, but still, he's coming for the conservative guys.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he holds. I don't know. I don't want to prescribe views onto him when I haven't heard his full platform. But like, yeah.
Like, he had Candace Owens on, and he thinks she's like brilliant.
Yeah. Like how. I don't know. It's just what could he feel that progressively about? What's the hot button issue?
Don't say the N-word. That's about the only issue that separates him from his good friend Sean Hannity.
Yeah, like
no chance he would probably like put trans people in a gulag before allowing them to play like, high school sports.
If the triangle shirt whatever factory fire happened today. Like I feel like Stephen A. Smith would be like, "Hey, you just want everybody to put more doors onto every building? It's just unreasonable."
Maybe we should make less clothes for the women, and they should stay at home.
Ooh,
instead.
Okay. Maybe 3 dress maximum. How's that?
Did you see him on Gilbert Arenas' show?
Yeah, I saw him on Gilbert Arenas'. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's why I'm so fucking stupid today. Is because I did that, and it was equivalent to huffing a can of paint, and so my brain's still really bouncing back from that one.
I love when usually like reporters, like guys like Stephen A. and Skip, when they have the guys who are wearing suits every time we see them, they have their cool mode outfits. So like he went on Gilbert Arenas and he had a turtleneck and a chain on.
Oh my
He's
God.
like, I'm in cool mode. I'm cool Stephen
I'm
A.
off the clock.
Right
yeah, I'm not corporate Stephen A. right now. I'm really different.
Like when Ernie Johnson wears his sneakers, he's cool. Ernie Johnson. It's awesome.
God.
And
Kai Cenat versus Shaquille, like if you could walk up to Kai Cenat and Shaq on the street and ask them unprompted about like an NBA topic, who do you think would know more? Like about like active NBA right now.
So, 0 chance any of them are right, but Kai will just not know at all.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq will have the active wrong take. Like, it'll be harmful to have the discussion with him.
Yeah, it'll just be like, I'm just not seeing it with Cade Cunningham or whatever. Like this guy needs.
Does he have a ring?
Does he have a ring?
Kyle will be like, "Who's that?" Oh yeah. He's cool.
Yeah. Johnson. I mean, the fucking like. Just talk. Could there be a more car crash sequence of statements over the course of like 24 hours with Shaq being like, "The Pistons are dumb and stupid, and I hate them. We should never have to talk about them." He doesn't know what their record is. He has no idea what's going on with them. And then on national TV, once that gets like the spotlight fully on him, to be like, yeah, Chauncey Billups, the wrong head coach, really has them playing well. Yeah,
it's not charming. It's really
okay, not. Let's do Wolves.
Well, wait, Steve Kerr.
We gotta fucking.
He's tied for the most wins in Warriors franchise history as a coach. It's crazy. He only just did that.
With who? Al? It's like Al Allertson or something.
Al Adels. Who was he coaching? Wilt? I don't even know who that is.
I don't know. It's a very Wilt coach name. Al Allertson with the Golden State Warriors.
Al Adels.
Al Adels.
They were more willing to have alliterated names back then.
Al Adelson. Holy shit, dude. I'm starting to see the Matrix.
Huh?
Al Adelson coached Wilt, and that's how Miriam Adelson got the Mavericks.
It's Al Adel. Leave him alone.
This poor old Just fucking.
It's all connected.
No, you guys don't get it. They changed the name.
These Nordic ruins are talking about Hillary Clinton.
The Wolves 4-0 in their last 4. Beat the Nuggets, beat the Spurs, beat the Heat, beat the Hornets. 11-0 in their last games with Julius Randle. Their last 11 games with Randle. Actively on a 6-game win streak, and they're 16-8 over their last 24 games. Randle recorded 9+ assists in 3 consecutive games for the first time in his career. I think. I went all the way back from the first time he made an All-NBA team, and I didn't see a stretch like that. So, if he did it with the Lakers, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wrote down. So, did you know that in the Wolves' last 2 games against the Nuggets, they have trailed for a grand total of 0 seconds?
No, I didn't know that. I'm gonna do the whole Wolves segment in that voice.
But yeah, it's not. This is like really anti our agenda, but we have to do some Randle glazing.
I was gonna say he's been playing good,
and the Wolves fans love him now. They're in on Julius Randle.
Okay, we have a request. Let me say this, and then this will prompt Gavin says. Wolves such Wolfpack. I guess we're the Wolfpack. It's a little on the nose, but it's all good. Have you signed your Julius Randle apology forms yet? I sadly have. As of 5/12, they're 10-0 in their last 10 games with Randle, and he's taken on a new facilitator role. Pretty cool. But the real question: what do you guys go to gas station snacks? What the fuck, dude?
Oh, all right. It's you. You want to know what?
What?
I'm in on Mr. Beast bars.
Okay, the zushi of candy.
Oh no! But ever since I saw him talking about, and I haven't fact checked him on this, but his candy bars are $1 more, and if they are more ethical, then I'm willing to pay the $1 more because it's not the normal one is good, the cookies and cream one is good, the peanut butter one is bad. But outside of that's a real recent trend. But I'm not a big chip guy. I'm a big candy guy, and I'm not a big drink guy either. So it's usually candy focused. Love mini M&Ms. Love Kinder Bueno. Love Crunch either in bar form or Bunch of
Crunch is one of the best candies that there is. For me, I liked there was like the cheese sandwich crackers. Did you ever get those?
Oh, okay.
Or you know what I'm talking about?
Like what, the orange ones or no?
No,
or
it was like
Ritz?
they were like tan, like khaki colored crackers. Not like the neon. The cheese was neon yellow, but the crackers themselves were not the orange crackers. I would get.
But is it like a cracker sandwich with cheese in the middle?
Yeah. I would
cracker.
Hey, shut the fuck up, honky bitch. No, I would get when I was delivering pizzas. Because candy, I couldn't, like, I was driving too much that if I got candy every time I wanted a snack, I would just, like, it would be bad. I'd be Lucas-sized by now. But I would get those, and I was usually, one of the drinks that I liked to get was, they for a long time, they had Coke with coffee. It was like a combination of Coke and coffee flavor. It was so good, dude. Ooh, it was so good. You wouldn't get it. You're not like me. I'm built different. So
you have Coke and coffee. I've got sushi. People are wired different, it seems, apparently.
But yeah. So Julius Randle glaze. It could be real for the playoffs.
No.
It can't? You're completely out. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, of course it won't be. No. But it's good now.
So is there any world... First playoff run he ever had was a fluke. The lights were too bright. And then the next few he was genuinely injured for. Is there any world where that's real and he comes out healthy this season and has an impact? Even if he doesn't shoot the ball well, which he really, in these last 11 games, I don't think he has shot the ball particularly well. He's just been doing other shit. He's been bought in defensively. He's been like a downhill mismatch kind of guy while opening up shots for others. I don't think it's impossible, dude.
I'm not a believer because this is a guy who his entire basketball career, when he has the ball, he's playing in the regular season. Like in his mind, it's like the pressure Game 7 of the finals, and he's like, I literally have to score right now, or we're going home, and he just freaks out all the time. So I don't think it's going to scale to high leverage moments and against good defenses, against really good teams, and I'm just not a believer in change this late into the career. So I'm still a skeptic. I'm not counting on him. I think we could get like a volatile playoff run, sort of like how they've had from Towns. Like we could get good games, and then we'll have games where Julius Randle is just fighting demons in his head for whatever reason. But yeah, they're 11-0 in the last 11 games he's played in.
Okay. Zam Wassell says, why did we even trade for Dillingham? Is he just going to be a bust, or should I hold my hopes for him to become a Darius Garland type guy? I love how that's the options here.
Is this guy done, or is he all-star? Tell me.
I just don't understand what the Wolves' plan was getting him at all. I mean, what do you mean? He's a rookie. He's a teeny tiny rookie on a team that's trying to make like a conference finals-ish run. Like it's a good team, and they can't really afford to be like throwing a small guy developmental minutes in March. I don't think that's like a disaster for his career or anything. Like is anyone saying this shit about Reed Shepherd? Not really. And so it's just, I mean, Dillingham, lightning strike Lou Williams. He's not lightning strike fucking Steve Nash or anything, but I don't know. I'm not like, this is not even a thought that has occurred to me one time this season, being like, oh, is it over?
I famously, I didn't support the trade because on the virtue of he's too tiny. And so, like, even idealized version of Rob Dillingham is a great shooter on and off the ball, and he's a dynamic passer, but he's also a guy you have concerns with getting to the rim. So I always thought it was a weird move for a team that was built off, like, powerful, big, strong guys, just playing hounding defense, and then Anthony Edwards leading the offense and Towns and stuff like that. Like, It just didn't really fit the ethos. I understand they wanted to get more dynamic, but I didn't really think that was the answer. I thought it was too big of a trade-off, and I don't. It's already hard to be a rookie that's playing in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. If like very rare any of them can contribute at all. But for a guy with that big of a physical gap, and it was a weaker draft class, so it's just a little bit of a weird move to me, but I don't know if you should be out on him. I think he's still a talented player, but as any kind of savior, I wouldn't really count on it.
Damn, I'm watching the video of that Mahmoud Khalil guy getting arrested. The ACLU just dropped it. Pretty scary, pretty crazy stuff that they could just do that.
People have videos of everything. That's crazy.
What do you mean? This is a video of a man being disappeared by the government. That's your response.
Yeah, how do they get that on video?
Well, like this was he got arrested. It's his wife took it while they were arresting him, I guess.
Oh,
so like the angle is just her being like, "I'm recording you," and then them being like, "Lady, stop stop resisting, please."
Where are you going? No
Where
questions.
Where are you going? To jail, duh.
To the nether.
Where are you going? Well, wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? What a disaster.
Chris Finch said he thought last night was one of Gobert's best one-on-one battles with Jokic. And, Jokic shot 5 of 12 with Gobert as his primary defender.
This guy tore his ACL on the bench.
Oh yeah,
I'll take his.
I got hurt
for sure.
I got hurt. Guess I can't be head coach anymore. I hurt my foot. Guess I got to go one row back, guys.
We should have implemented flags. You know, like refs have flags in football. When you want a challenge, but you've torn your every ligament in your knee, you throw a flag onto the court, and then they're like, okay, Stop play. Let's let this guy get his challenge off.
Let's stop him.
Okay.
I
have one more request.
Dunks After Dusk on Blue Sky pointed out that for the first time since the trade, the combined EPM of Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo has passed Karl Anthony Towns. Did they win the trade?
Probably not still, but it's definitely looking easier to stomach.
And then the Timberwolves are top 10 in offense and defense for the first time since the 03-04 season. Wow.
Ryan says, "Hey guys, I was watching Minnesota-Denver last night and thinking about how fun of a rivalry that has been to watch since the Jimmy Butler 2018 season, but that a lot of casual fans might not even know there is much of a rivalry there at all. Do you guys think that reformatting the playoffs to reward division winners could help casual watchers care about rivalries and teams more than they normally would not? To use the NFL as an example, I do not care about the AFC North, but if the Steelers and Ravens are playing primetime, I'll watch, because I know the matchup matters for the players and the fans. Sorry for the long post. Love the content." That was not that long of a post. It was a little longer than I like. I had to take a deep breath, but some of the gimmick these fuckers get up to. I mean, geez Louise. Like, at least you didn't make me do a voice for 2 minutes.
You didn't tell us about your visions. What was the beef with Jimmy when he was on the Timberwolves with the Nuggets?
I don't really remember. I mean, I'm sure they just had like good back and forth games. There was probably like a fight here or there. I mean, Jimmy, he was a Bristol-y guy, you know. Fuck, this sounds all familiar, but like I don't really remember it. It doesn't jump out in my head that much. Jimmy Butler.
I have very few memories of Jimmy in Minnesota at all.
Nuggets beef.
Beef history, Jimmy Butler and the Nuggets.
No. Yeah, no, there's nothing really jumps out on a Google search. But regardless, I mean, I feel like there's a rivalry there anyways. I don't know. I don't really know how division winning would work. Like, if you look back in the day when, like, division winner guaranteed you a certain spot in the playoffs or whatever, like a certain seed, shit got all fucked up. It was very strange. But at the same time, if they don't matter, get rid of them. What are we doing? Like, I don't either make them matter or just like have let's expand it so that it doesn't exist anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, they got to figure something out because they really truly like. If you're a young NBA fan today, I don't think you know that there are divisions unless you play 2K. Because they truly couldn't matter less. Mm-hmm. So they got to figure something out to. But I think ultimately the rivalries are just ignited naturally. Like it feels like Pacers Pistons have a rivalry now, right?
Yeah.
And for the first time since, I don't know if you can recreate what football has, just because it's the form. I think everything about football creates those types of things rather than the division system's absolutely part of it. But yeah, I don't know if it could be replicated in the NBA.
Okay, you want to do Clippers? These guys suck. I don't care about them at all. Nah, just kidding, guys. But we do have to get through some of these later ones. We're already 2:20 in. I'm not trying to go fucking 3.5 hours. All right.
Whatever, dude.
Shut up. Clippers, 3-1 last 4. They beat the Heat, the Kings, and the Knicks. They lost to the Pelicans. Kawhi, buzzer beater. Bounced it off the rim. Extra cool style.
Left.
Finished with 17 points on 7 of 19 shooting. That's good because of the game winner.
That's good.
That was one of those 17 points. And then against the Pelicans, 29 points, 8 rebounds, 68% true shooting. Just the second time all season he's had at least 29 points in a game.
Yeah, they're 3-1, but one was against a Brunsonless Knicks team, which I do think they kind of been winning without him. I think they have.
It's not like a nothing team, regardless of how they've been doing. Like, Karl Anthony Towns is still good. Bridges is still pretty solid. Fucking OG is good. So, yeah.
Counterpoint frauds. And then they beat Sacramento with no Sabonis and no Monk. Kawhi, I'm doing bad Clippers news, guys. Sorry. Kawhi he's still putting up mostly stinkers. He has a good game every now and then, but it's mostly stinkers. We're running out of time, Kawhi. You got to get more consistent. And yeah, then they lost to New Orleans. But Bogdan had a big game against Miami.
He
dropped
did.
30. That was good. Zubac is having a big March. He's having a Şengün-like March. 22 and 12 on 67% true shooting. He's had 10 consecutive double-doubles. He's the 6th guy to do it this season, joining Domantas Sabonis, Giannis, Kat, Jokic, and Wemby.
What was the list?
It was Domantas Sabonis and Giannis and Karl Anthony Towns, Jokic, and Wemby. So a lot of
wait,
mostly
the first
mostly
list I couldn't
huge
hear
names.
it.
The first there's only one list.
No, the first name on the list. I couldn't hear the first name on the list.
Oh, it was Domantas Sabonis.
That's a Domantas Sabonis, the all NBA guy, the All-Star guy from a few years ago.
Yeah, he has those titles.
This is a list of 6 similar tier players for sure. I mean, if you want to, I guess we're probably giving some, some grace to Şengün there or whatever, but.
No, he's not on this list.
Oh, he sucks dick and ass and balls. How's that make you feel, white boy?
Hope you die.
Me? Whoa, that's messed up.
Ty Lue, talk about coaching frauds. Ty Lue's missed 3 straight games with back pain. What the heck? He wants to be Steve Kerr so bad.
Ty, pop a fucking perk. Get in the game, bro. He's just fucking coked out on the sidelines. Yeah, go at them, dudes.
No, but back pain sucks. It's much more real to miss coaching games with back pain than a hurt foot or whatever. What if he tears Achilles or something?
He tore his patellar tendon, I think.
Yeah, come on. I mean, he can sit down. Ty Lue cannot do that with a bad back. So,
they got Ty Lue courtside on a Tempur-Pedic mattress.
Oh, okay, that'd be cool. Oh, suspend him from the air. That'd be cool.
They got him duct taped to the underside of the Jumbotron. Hey, come on, it's the fucking Intuit Dome. It's got to have everything.
Oh, speaking of the Intuit Dome, it was named on Time Magazine's World's Greatest Places of 2025. And there was a ton of stuff on this list. There were different sections. And so they were in I forget which specific section they were, but in their section it was all museums and landmarks and art exhibits, and then it was them and Bluey's World in Australia, which is not even a theme park. It's just like an hour immersive experience. So, funky list. I wonder if they paid for it or not. But that one, I wrote down one sentence from the article.
Okay.
Plus, you can buy fries with your face. Concessions and entry to the stadium are frictionless using facial recognition via the Dome's app.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna do great things with that with your facial recognition.
Well, there's
at
Whole Foods now.
Guys.
At Whole Foods now, you can pay with your palm because they're like full intertwined with Amazon. So if you upload your bio data to the thing, you can wave your hand and pay with that. Who the fuck would do that?
If Elon came up with that, a lot of guys would do that. I don't know.
It's crazy that Bezos he doesn't have a cult like that.
Because he's not. He doesn't market himself.
Well,
as
there's
much.
levels to this shit where it's I
he
feel
doesn't have a highly ranked gaming account.
Musk needed the cult to ascend to Bezos's. Even as rich as Elon was, I feel like Bezos kind of had the international distribution network kind of gives you this angle of just hey, I could put anything anywhere at any moment, dude. You don't got it like me. That now he parks his cars in front of the White House and the dumbest redneck is that a bad word?
Redneck? I don't know. It's used against hillbillies, right? It's classist, probably.
Oh,
Are you willing to be classist in public? Be classist.
But I'm not classist, so
you have to be. You have to be elitist classist.
Why? To use the word redneck?
Well, if we want to dunk on stupid people in the South, yeah.
But I don't want to dunk on. I guess. So crypto bros, that doesn't really have the same like
Bumpkins
to it. Yeah. Just the dumbest Cro-Magnons, I mean, real
the hogs.
Real Arcturus Carnosophuses, if you will.
Well, that's cavemen. I mean, no, it's one thing to have bad opinions. It's another to have no opinions because nothing is going on.
Well, that's what it is. They see a fucking car parked in front of the White House. Oh, need that. So yeah,
no, Arcturus would be scared. He tries to make himself bigger to scare the car away.
Hey, it'd probably get pretty big. Trade Logic Off says, hey guys, over the last decade or so, I've seen a bit of change with the way the public views NBA injuries. Before, we used to acknowledge that none of us are 6'7", 250 pounds getting worked as hard as them. Now, it's so rare to find people who aren't dehumanizing them because they made a lot of money or blew up their parlay. Thanks for your time. Parentheses, put this under the Clippers because of Kawhi, but Embiid too, TBH. These guys aren't people. They're pawns for my entertainment, When someone's hurt, it's like, I don't get to see them fucking play anymore. I'm not entertained. My brain, damn it. That's how I feel.
I think this ties back to the mythologizing of the NBA in the 90s when Penny Hardaway's career was ruined. It's a great loss. It's 9/11. It's tragic. He's taken before his time.
Mm-hmm.
When Joel Embiid's career is ruined, haha, loser, idiot. He's lazy. And this has been going on for a while. I remember being upset as a Bulls fan. People made fun of Derrick Rose all the time. But before any of the bad off the court stuff, before we knew any of that, people were just mean about the injury. They were like, haha, he's injured, general soreness. Look at this.
General soreness. What is this, the military?
Yeah, they were mean online back then as well. And that's probably when it started. I don't know if people were mean. Yeah. Is there anyone else who was injured? Were people mean about Tracy McGrady's injury?
I feel like internet. I feel like the anonymity of the internet helps a lot with this, where part of it is just never having to say the words out loud face to face to another person and seeing them internalize that you're a human being who thinks that way. Like saying to, your friend or your brother or whatever, being like, yeah, this guy's a fucking bitch because his knee's bent the wrong way or whatever. A lot of people would not be nearly as strong with their verbiage if they were just actually having to say it out loud. Even internally, saying something out loud, you kind of see how ridiculous it sounds to be like, oh man, yeah, I'm 5'8". Why am I saying this shit right now?
Well, what do you mean by that? What is 5'8" a bad trait?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of stereotypical.
That's pretty normal.
Beta, kind of stuff. Where that's really a height range.
How tall is Bezos?
Bezos? Well, he's a beta. That's why he was driven so hard to just accrue wealth, make the pile bigger. That's almost. I mean, you could argue the pile will never be enough because of that.
How tall is Chalamet?
Easy 6'1".
What?
Come on, bro.
5'10"
Timmy?
at most. 5'10" at the most.
Let me see. Chalamet combine measurements.
No way he's running under 5.
Oh, 5'10", motherfucker. You got an eye. You got an eye for guys. I'll give you that much.
And he's listed at 5'10".
Yeah,
so.
he's listed. So, yeah, you
Is he as tall as Zendaya, guys? I don't know. But he's got swag. He's got aura. Sung Jin Woo's not that tall, I don't think.
Who gives a fuck? Oh, the tweet I sent you that wouldn't load for you, and I just gave up on. It was this video of the penguin in Mario opening a book and being like, "What? All these pages are the same." And it was solo leveling after chapter 50.
I don't know what's it called. I don't know which chapter the show is on, But it is a lot of the same stuff repeating, but it's epic every time. It's so good. You won't know till you lock in. You don't know what you're missing out on. It's crazy. You're gonna be so embarrassed.
I'm not gonna be embarrassed. I don't give a shit, man. Go on, bro.
Kawhi didn't play in Miami because it was a back-to-back, but he owns the Heat. Did you know that the last time he played in a loss against the Heat outside of the NBA Finals was in 2013? He hasn't lost to those guys since then. What the heck? Norm Powell's like sneaky out for almost the rest of the year. He's got a worrying hamstring injury. I don't know when he's going to be back.
He's been gone for a while.
It's not good if he doesn't get back up to speed before the playoffs. Ben Simmons hasn't played in March as well. So a lot of bad things going on, but Harden is playing great. In March, he's 27, 5, and 11 on 60% true shooting, and but yeah, I'm feeling the Heat with this Clippers team, not the Miami Heat because Kawhi owns them, but I'm not liking the direction. But let's get everyone healthy and see what happens.
All right, I'm done with the Clippers. I don't care about them anymore.
All right,
234. The Kings. I mean, you want to talk about a team I really care about. Let's talk about the fucking Kings, baby. 1-3 in their last 4. Beat the Spurs, lost to the Clippers next to Warriors. Sabonis has been cleared for on-court activity after a hamstring injury. The team is being cautious with his return.
Yeah, he's missed 6 straight. They blew a 7-point lead with 1:40 left versus the Clippers. DeRozan and Levine combined to score all 13 of the Kings' points in overtime.
Nice.
Bulls days, baby. They also lost to the Brunsonless Knicks, and they lost to the Warriors. There was a weird... TNT was pushing Mike Brown propaganda. Did you see this?
No.
They posted a graphic on the screen, making a change, ? And it said that they started 13-8 under Mike Brown, and they had the 8th ranked offense, 16th ranked defense, 14th in net rating. And then they posted the same with Doug Christie. They said 20-13 under Doug Christie, 8th ranked offense, 21st ranked defense, which that's worse than 16th, 14th in net. And so they were like, I don't know, is this such a good idea? But they lied because they weren't 13-8 under Mike Brown. They were 13-18. So accidental mistake by the incompetent TNT crew that has overstayed their welcome, or malicious Mike Brown propaganda.
Holy shit. My girlfriend's mom just texted me, did Reba McEntire die? Let's find out real quick. Live on air. Let's find out, did Reba die?
Shoot. Did Reba die? Should I search on Blue Sky just to
Yeah.
the
world's leading news site. Let's find out. Shit's loading. Oh, perfect. On Twitter, it's a Reba coin is trending. So it's like $ Reba is all that comes up when you Google that.
I don't think she's dead.
Yeah, you figure this would be a bigger deal, you know? Yeah, I don't think that's true.
I'm not seeing a lot of rest in peace.
Okay, well, my girlfriend's mom just followed that up with, Grandma saw that on Facebook, so I guess it's probably not that reliable of a news source.
Reba Joy McCall is dead. Obituary.
Who is that?
She's from Davidson County.
Oh.
She was 95 years old. So she was a homemaker of the Watervale community. She departed life at 7:57 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. She had her family members by her side, though.
Fred Van Vliet is on this list by now.
I just got a Nerd Sesh video on my timeline. Let's just play the whole thing, baby. Oh, is Fred Van Vliet on this list? Who cares, bro? All right. The Kings, yeah, let's wrap it up, bro. I'm done with them. I don't care.
Do we have any lobbyists?
No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Who's after the Kings? The Mavs. Insane that they're still here. The Mavericks 1-3 in their last 4, beat the Spurs, lost to the Spurs, Suns, and Grizzlies. The tank. It's fully on, baby. They currently sit at 13th in the lottery with a number of games left against opponents who I think they could lose to and pass them in the odds. Teams like the Nets, the Raptors, and the Bulls. Yeah, and then we have 3 lobbyist requests for them. Bulls, I mean, good game last night against the Nets. We can talk about it tomorrow, but they're coming on at the right time, baby.
Didn't see it. So the Mavs, Kyrie, AD, and Omax are out for the year. They don't say that about AD, but he is. Gafford and Lively are out long term. PJ, Kai Jones, and Jaden Hardy are out against the Rockets today. And Exum and Brandon Williams are questionable. So this team is truly cursed. But you know who's healthy? First option Najee. Option Najee in March, 21-7-4 on 59% true shooting. In a bootlicker update, the Spurs staff wouldn't allow a fire Nico chant. So this dude posted in the Maverick subreddit, Spurs fan here. Tonight I got told by staff, we're not doing that here, and to stop when he did a fire Nico chant.
What the fuck is everybody's deal with this stuff, dude? I mean, geez, are we at like a high school basketball game? The guy getting fucking $5 million a year can't get told that he sucks at his job by the public?
Was he? Was he there? I don't even know if he was there. And even if he was there, he's not a player. And even if he was a player, if you said fire Julius Randle, that's a normal heckling. It's crazy.
Like the idea. I mean, would anybody? Philly fans, imagine Philadelphia fans getting told, "Hey, be nice to Ben Simmons." Okay, it's just we're not gonna we hold ourselves to a higher standard here. It's like, what are you talking about?
And apparently a Mavs staffer complained, and then this guy got the talk. So, like, why even entertain? You're supposed to be rivals. If the Mavericks staff goes up to you and says, "Hey, stop that guy. He's
be louder.
Fire a GM. Say,
put that guy on the jumbotron.
Suck it. Kill yourself if you want me to stop or something." Yeah. You gotta be mean to these guys.
Dow ass Mav bricks, and then you hit him in the head with a rock. That's what we used to do.
You gotta say, hold this L. We're putting him on the intercom so the whole stadium hears it. But yeah, every class solidarity.
Get that guy to stop. Oh, you said whip out my nuts and you can lick on them? Yeah, no, dude, fuck off. Like, I'm never gonna do that in a million years. I hate you.
Pat Riley in the Garden. Tell them to stop calling him Tragic Johnson. Tell him to stop. It's mean.
Guys, these are professionals. Let's have some decorum here.
Yeah, let's be tennis today. There was a Dallas Observer story about the impact on businesses around the stadium. It was mostly anecdotal, but when they 30 minutes
these
before
people
tip-off,
don't care about small businesses, dude.
30 minutes before tip-off, almost every seat at the bar in Chop Sports Victory Park, located in front of the arena, was vacant. A server said the previous night when the Stars played, the hockey team, every seat was taken and standing room was shoulder to shoulder. Thank God we still have the Stars, she said. At Billy Can, a popular pregame dinner spot and top 100 restaurant, business on Mavs game days is down. The general manager said that turnout for the Stars is better. We still love them, the Mavericks, and many everyday fans are still here, but business is definitely down 15 to 20% for Mavs games. So he gave us a stat. Hollywood Arms manager Stephanie Gaska says that she's noticed that since the Doncic trade, more people are showing up to watch Lakers games. Yeah, Nico Harrison draining the economy as well. And then Tim Cato did a fan survey with more than 4,000 Mavs fans. And 80% of responses said that they were much less engaged or reconsidering their fandom entirely. I
saw that graph because like 1% said they were more engaged after the trade. And so it was just like, I need to get that guy on the pod. I need to talk to him.
It's got to be just Luka haters. Just, I hate this guy.
Finally! Yes! Yeah. Anthony Davis. Yeah. Mavs Doomer says, searching for a new team to support. Been watching some Pistons ball. Cade is a legit offensive engine and fun to watch. Asar looks good, but Bickerstaff, a.k.a. Chauncey Billups, rarely lets him play 30 minutes. If he gets serious minutes and Beasley's shooting is real, could Detroit get past the first round versus the Pacers and the Bucks in a 4-5 matchup? 70 games into the year. Is Beasley shooting real? Is this? I just don't know about this.
It might be fake because he did go on Neon Stream.
Oh,
so
yeah, maybe we lost it.
He's demented. But I think those series will be competitive, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like for the Bucks, that's one matchup where it's like, hey, this could just be like a best player type of series. Where like the Celtics, you're not going to beat the Celtics just because you have the best player, but the young, inexperienced Detroit Pistons, yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, we got Giannis. Sorry.
Najee Peach Cream Marshall said, slightly biased, said a Najee-led team would suck. The team still sucks, but Najee has been balling out these past couple games. So slightly biased was correct, is what you're saying there. He's averaging 25 a game over the last 5 and has been great on the boards with good playmaking, too. Congratulations, dude. I mean... just circling back on this, you said the team would be bad. His numbers are pretty good. Tom G says, new lobbyist here from the UK. I'm a Mavs fan.
Welcome to the show. Wait, oh God, why? Get out of there.
Hey, switch. No one will blame you. No one's going to call you on it over there. I'm a Mavs fan.
Dallas is blue. This is blue.
It's been kind of crazy to see how many people have stopped supporting since the Luka trade and switched teams. It's something that simply doesn't happen in European sports. I was wondering what would have to happen to get you guys to stop supporting your teams, and do you think you could ever switch teams? I know I couldn't. I mean, if the Nuggets did that, yeah, I would stop. Yeah, I would be so upset. Oh my God. But what about you? I feel like you have a much more traditional connection to the Chicago Bulls than I do to the Nuggets. Like Jokic is why I'm a Nuggets fan. It's a lot different than like you and the Bulls, or I assume this guy and the Eastville Tallywhackers, or
and the Rivington Crumbsendens.
The Rivington Crumbs and Crumbs.
The soccer, like there's like 4 teams, 4 real teams that if and it's even those guys like they just sell the best players all the time for money, and it's like, well, wait, it wouldn't be crazy for like. If the Mavs were they were like, what's that team? Southampton. If Southampton had Luka, they're like, well, they sold him to. They're like, that's just normal business. They got $100 million for him. So I guess it is more normal to just give up the best players there. But it's nuts what's going on, and I like right now is as bad as it's ever been to be a Bulls fan because it's bad. Nothing is going to change it, and it seems that it's going to go on indefinitely. Like, realistically, I should not be a fan, but it's just there's not a genuine level of buy-in for me with any other team that's the same as this team. Like, it's just logged in. So, I'm actively not watching the games, but it's stamped on me, unfortunately.
The Suns 1-3 in their last 4, beat the Mavs, lost to the Rockets, the Grizzlies, and the Nuggets. What do you think? What do you think about the Phoenix Suns?
Ugh. Yeah. One of the only teams as depressing as the Mavericks, maybe.
I would say more so. I mean, you could argue Luka ripped away from you. Once you get past the emotional trauma of that, it's like, hey, now it makes sense why we're bad. The Suns are just hey, chips to the fucking middle. We suck. And did you see Bradley Beal had a quote today where he was like, "Hey, my life rocks. I'm getting."
Did he?
He said, "I still have the best job in the world. I still wake up getting paid to play basketball, and I still have my no trade clause. I wake up smiling, baby."
He really said that?
Yeah.
He really said the no. That's
he said, nana boo boo. I'm not going anywhere, baby.
He's feeling
frisky.
He's feeling more at home now that the Suns are in Wizards territory. He's like, this is the basketball I know. But yeah, we're on center dominating. Last week I talked about how many centers were just wrecking the Suns. This week they got wrecked by Shengun. The Mavericks did not play a big man against them outside
Didn't
of Dwight
matter.
Powell for 6 minutes. So, yeah, it was everyone small, so it didn't get a chance to pinpoint that. And then Jay Huff scored 14. It's his first game in double digits since January 22nd, and one of his highest scoring of the year.
Yeah.
So that's good.
We have no requests, and what I wrote
Vibes are
down.
horrid. Bud is definitely getting fired.
Yeah, I wrote down the Suns are expected to want 3 firsts plus a young player for. Excuse me. Any Kevin Durant deal this offseason. I wrote down Cam Spencer talks shit to Kevin Durant without consequence. That's pretty crazy. I mean, I mean like on court consequence. Like the Grizzlies still won the game and everything.
He got a tech.
Yeah, I
but
guess
they paid it for him.
The versus the Rockets, Beal led the team in scoring while having the worst plus minus on the team. That was pretty cool. And then the fact that they are still like the Mavericks losing Luka, and then the Suns don't even make up like a game on them. They don't even begin to close the gap. It's yeah, what a fucking disaster in Phoenix.
I just got an alert. that
Alert!
Bulls championship banners damaged during rock concert at the United Center will be down for the rest of the season. That's so funny.
Wow.
What were they doing? Shooting flames?
I guess.
What band was this? It's even more embarrassing depending on the band. If it was the Jonas Brothers, it's epic, and if they burned up in the Jonas Brothers burning up, it's epic.
Burning up for you, baby.
If it's freaking Kiss, come on.
Let's see.
Yeah, get the Suns out of our
3 days grace, 7 dust,
Oh,
and disturbed. Okay.
okay, so it was like heavy metal.
Yeah. Cut my life. All right, get the Suns out of my face. Honestly, get all these teams out of my face. 250. Let's wrap this up under 3. The Spurs, 1-3 in their last 4. They beat the Mavs. They lost to the Mavericks, the Wolves, and the Kings. Gojo's Chew Toy says I miss Wemby, and De'Aaron Fox is getting the surgery.
Finally,
The trans
De'Aaron.
surgery.
Oh shoot! Oh, just like Wemby.
I forgot they transvestigated him. Okay, no, he's getting
Yeah.
pinky surgery. If for anyone who took my joke at full face value.
They took the rims off Stefan Kessel's car as a rookie prank.
They wouldn't do that to
and
Wemby though.
Of course not. People in the comments were like, "This is so much better than wasting popcorn," and I don't know, like. So what happens? Number one, you brought him out like with the whole team. They brought him out as a group to the car. It would have been funnier if he just discovered it on his own.
Yeah, it would have been funnier. Like if you're a millionaire, hire someone to follow him with a camera for a little while. Pretend that like the team is doing some behind the scenes shit or something.
He knows something is up, and then so when you get there, There's not a moment of where are my wheels. It's I bet this mob of people took my wheels.
Yeah.
And then what
where'd you
happened?
put
What
'em?
happens? What happens immediately after? Like, do they just here's the wheels back, or does he? Is the prank over in 1 minute? It's like okay.
Yeah, I know,
because
because the popcorn thing you have to clean up, but like they just maybe he has to put his wheels back on himself is the thing.
And I'm not saying you have to do the popcorn thing, but if it's popcorn versus rims, I think popcorn's funnier.
Yeah, I would say what I was thinking for a good hazing joke would be, okay, you get a bucket, and then you piss and shit in the bucket, like for like a week, just like let it build up every time you have to go to the bathroom, and then when a rookie goes into the stall to like use the bathroom or whatever, you reach over the top and you dump it all over them, and you give them like an infection that kills them.
Oh.
That'd be funny,
done this
right?
Before? Or?
Well, I'm just saying if it happened, that would be funny, right?
I don't know.
Come on.
I'm kind of put off by that. You're
Oh,
joking,
what?
right?
It's like boys being boys.
I don't want poop involved.
Oh, come on. That's like the defining thing, like guys in the locker room. Like, poop.
Another man's poop, dude?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. What if I pooped in a shoe? Did that?
I really am not into the poop. Can we do something besides poop? The poop is
poop stays in.
Oh, no.
What if I just put someone's
concession here?
What if I just took someone's mouth guard, put it in my butt crack a little bit?
Oh, well, can we? Well, come on. What happened to like Ashton Kutcher? No, he doesn't. He wasn't pooping on the guys.
You don't know. I mean, maybe just never made it to air.
He didn't poop on Jessica Biel.
Well, that was punked. The original pilot was called Skunked, and it would stink like shit everywhere because they would every.
This is a show where we dump poop on celebrities. He's mad. He's mad. He got poop.
Fucking Mila Kunis is like, what the fuck? And she's just covered in shit.
the Ashton Kutcher hugs them when they're all pooped. Ashton, it was you. I thought this was an organic poop situation.
Yeah, we took celebrities and we blew up the porta potty every time they used it. Every time a celebrity went to the bathroom, we did the jackass porta potty slingshot thing with them.
Nice.
All right, I'm done with the Spurs. Get them out of my face. The Blazers, 0-4 in their last 4, lost to the Knicks, Warriors, Pistons, Thunder. Big week for Blazers fans. Big week because Scoot Henderson is here. He's arrived.
This part is canon, guys. This part's canon. We were right. The early season struggles were not canon, and this is canon. He's good.
Last 30 games. 15 points, 5 assists, 60% true shooting, 41% from 3 on 5 attempts. And then obviously against the Knicks, 30 points. I didn't write down the efficiency. I assume it was pretty good. He had 18 in the fourth quarter to send it to overtime where they lost on. I mean, that Mikal Bridges, he was traded for 5 first-rounders. So it's losing to that guy. No shame in that.
Yeah, that's a savior. It was 30 on 16 shots, 10 free throw attempts, 4 for 4 from 3. Epic. Yeah, they're 0 for 7, but every loss has been to a good team, except for the Brunsonless Knicks.
This is ethical tanking.
Jeremy Grant, it's not that good, though. He's shooting 47% at the rim.
Hey, what the hell, dude?
From the mid-range.
That's
what
bad.
The heck? But Denny Avdia is the first Portland player since Bill Walton in 1976 with 25-plus points, 15-plus rebounds, 5-plus assists in 2 straight games.
Nice.
The idea of super soldier.
So, is there anything that Bill Walton didn't do that Denny Avdia did?
They probably have very different opinions on certain issues.
I would imagine. Yeah.
One was an op. One's an op. One was an anti-op.
We have draft prospects. Says I think I might have copied and pasted this wrong. I don't know if that's their name. Someone said I regret to announce that I renounce myself as the quote Danny Wolf guy. Straight up did not know he played for Israel.
Oh, I've seen this guy. When I went in the Discord, I saw that there was a Danny Wolf guy. That's crazy.
Is that
he
Danny?
Was really in on him.
Is that Avdia's nickname? Is Danny Wolf?
No, there's a guy at Michigan. There's a prospect named Danny Wolf. He's the 7-footer who can dribble and pass.
Okay.
But yeah, he's. I thought he was just Jewish too. But yeah, he is. He played for the Israel national team.
Damn it! That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
And then Luna, caught into Tumani Samsara, says, Blazers Mafia, what do you think a fan should take away from a season like this? This team should be tanking, but was entranced by the idea of the 10th seed. I'm trying to be realistic, so would you all be happy to see development or frustrated about the lack of direction? Free Palestine. Based. Okay, so
Free Palestine.
If you're a Blazers fan, you have to be a little more vocal about that, I suppose. You got to balance it out. I don't know. In terms of, like, I feel way more comfortable about where the Blazers are at than, like, the Nets. Like, it's different to do this when you have, like, a few guys who could be really good, as opposed to, like, doing this and you're like, Claxton, baby. Like, it's just, yeah.
Or, like, Charlotte. Like, it still feels like you're so far away. But Portland now, you have a core. Like, you have a core of guys you feel good about. Scoot is on the up. I'm still not confident in that he's your savior if I'm a Portland fan, but he still looks good. Tumani looks like he's an awesome young piece. Denny is good despite bad beliefs.
And I mean, they have like
Donovan Clingan is good.
They have the 8th best odds. Little luck, like you still get a good pick. Maybe I'll just sim the lottery now. Our one.
All right, what pick do they get?
Our one spin today. The Blazers.
Shane Sharp is up and down, but he's still so cool.
The Blazers got the 10th pick on this spin.
Okay, who do they have mocked to them?
I don't know. It doesn't say anything about that on Tankathon. But the top 5 for our one spin today is Utah at 1, San Antonio at 2, Chicago at 3. Okay. Charlotte at 4, and then Washington at 5.
Here, I'll sim the lottery, and we'll see who they get. Did that change on the single? Oh, I guess some people moved. They have him at 8, taking I haven't watched this guy. His name is Asia or Asa Newell. I haven't watched him, but probably wouldn't be the pick I would make.
I didn't even know you could sim the lottery. Here we go. Okay.
Yeah.
This one, I have them at 8 with Asa as well.
Yeah. This guy, I don't know how often the Tankathon guy updates his board. But yeah, I think you have a lot of workable young pieces here. This turnaround is good. This is better than some other teams that end up winning late in the season for absolutely nothing. Like, there are tangible strides being taken by important core players. So it's not the worst thing in the world. But obviously, you would be better off if you were in the Cooper Flag sweepstakes more realistically. But like, I don't know if you could compete with all these guys.
Yeah, it's really
they're
tough.
so
to lose
bad at the bottom.
This capacity. Okay.
So yeah, I feel okay.
All right, let me timestamp. 3 hours essentially. God damn. Hey, we should be charging you people for this. The Pelicans, 1-3 over their last 4, beat the Clippers, lost to the Magic, the Grizzlies, the Rockets. They gave up 150 points to the Rockets in regulation, but Zion had a triple-double against the Clippers. So you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, I wrote down Zion, another triple-double, playing well. And then the only other thing from the Pelicans subreddit, they said, Boogie has been kind of a dick. He's been a bit of a dick. And it was a link to DeMarcus Cousins advises Cooper Flag to choose Duke over Pelicans because of the Saints on FanDuel TV's run-up actual Lou Williams. So
okay.
What is the... He says, Cooper Flag, go back to Duke or the Jazz. You'll get lost in the sauce with the Saints. Okay, so he's saying it's a football town. They do not care about basketball. Yeah. I thought it was like slang, like a lot of pedophile churches here, and they're covering it up.
Yeah, we have one request. Private PAP says, "What's up, white boys? It's the only
What's up?
It's the only Scottish Pelicans fan here."
Okay.
What's up, white boys? That's the only Scottish Pelicans fan here. Please give me some Zion Glaze so I can keep my delusions of us actually doing something next year alive.
That was really good.
I loved Shrek when I was a kid. So shout out to Mike Myers.
That's racist. It gotta be racist, guy. Comment down
below.
What? You're Scott. My Scott. I love Apu. That's what your Indian accent is good. I love Apu.
Hey, I remember that was some of the best discourse of all time. That came all the way around to being like, no, Apu's Indian accent is good representation. Like, it came all the way back around. Give me some Zion Glaze. Hey, we gave it to. He's good. I don't know.
He's back.
Shaq had the dumbest. I mean, that was the cherry on top of his idiot 24 hours. Was 20 points. Anyone can get 20 now. I'm supposed to be impressed by this. And it was on 70% from the field with fucking a 20-point triple-double. It's pretty good. I don't know.
Well, can we? Let's deplatform Shaq. Can someone get a?
He's so big. You know, you look around. He's just like, hey, I'm Shaq, and then you open a door, he's there, he's everywhere.
Stick to pizza.
Stick to the poop, Shaq. Come on.
Yeah.
Leave the podcast to the professionals.
2 things: pizza and poop.
Pizza and
not
poop.
Ball.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm watching that dog jump rope.
All right. The Jazz, 0-4 in their last 4. They lost to... Who'd they lose to? Grizzlies, Celtics, 76ers, Raptors. What did Bryce do? You want to do? I didn't write shit down.
22, 4, and 5 on 8 of 11 shooting. 43% from 3 in March. Wow. And I finally got my Utah Jazz jersey. They sent me a Bryce Sensabaugh jersey.
Why aren't you wearing it?
It's over there.
Go get it. Go get it right now.
Not signed, so I could be a liar, but no, I'm glad. I don't want him to know about me. Even though it was... Never mind. The Jazz have the NBA has fined the Jazz $100,000 for violations of the player participation policy. So according to the league, the violation occurred when the Jazz failed to make Lauri Markkanen available when Utah took on the Washington Wizards, as well as other recent games. And I didn't know about... So they have a star player like if a star player...
Yeah. This was like a big thing a few years ago because it was designed to... This was like the first measure. And then the 65 games thing was like the second measure. If you've been an all-star over a certain amount of time, you have to... Like the restrictions for you sitting out of games are a lot more rigid, I believe.
Yeah, so because he was an All-Star in 2023, he's part of this. He's been out since February 22nd, and the Jazz are saying it's for injury management on his lower back. Shortly after the fine was announced, the team said Markkanen would play Wednesday night against the Grizzlies, and he scored 14 points in 28 minutes. Another violation would cost the Jazz $250,000.
Hey.
I understand why Jazz fans are mad because this definitely happens with other teams, and it's like, why are you targeting me? Like when the Bulls got hit with a tampering violation for Lonzo Ball, I'm like, what are you doing? This definitely goes on with other teams. Why are you coming after me? Why are you coming after the Lonzo Ball?
I don't know. I don't have any thoughts on the Jazz. Do you have any thoughts in general? Any other shit you want to get off?
I think this episode is over.
Hey, everybody comment down below. Zushi has no aura or swag.
Oh my God, dude.
Zushi loses most 1v1s.
Right now. Now.
Zushi versus the chick who makes armor out of her hair, he gets nuked.
Who's that one?
She gets eaten by an ant, and then she comes back, and she has to like kill who fights her, but her hair is all like super
Palm?
Yeah, Palm.
I don't remember her. Oh, that might have been part of her ant, but she had fortune-telling power. She had like.
I can see the future. Zushi's getting his ass beat.
Okay, all right. I'm ending this. Screw you.
Amen and Osar and Korean guy, take it away.
Basketball is an endurance race. Whoever's got something left to give in the fourth quarter wins. Up tempo means I'm gonna run you into the ground.